Yo, what up, chat? We are trading this morning. We're taking a look at Tesla. We're moving up. Market's trying to find support here, so we're gonna jump straight into it. If you don't know me, I'm Jay Fielder. We're gonna talk macroeconomics and trading, do some charting on the stock market, crypto, macroeconomics, putting it all together. So, anyways, yeah, let's get to the trading. I'm taking a look at Tesla right here this morning. It is showing a little wedge breaking out. Well, it's not really breaking out, but it is trying to find support at PDC. So this is the previous day close. We got to clear support at PDC. That was a quick entry though, so I'm not sure you're going to find that entry very risk reward. That was a tough entry. Also up here, just up here in the top left hand corner, we got the let me expand this. We have the Qs. So I'm keeping an eye. I like to keep my eyes on the Qs on the overall market. So the Qs, as a matter of fact, let me make sure that these there we go. The Qs, S&P 500, advanced decline here in the middle. Below that, you got the Dow, and then below that, you got the ISM. I'm sorry, you got the IWM. You're not going to be able to see the IWM because I'm in the way, but I will tell you, how it's moving or what it's kind of looking like as we evaluate the market here. So yeah, this is a nice little pullback on the market though. We're getting a pullback for Tesla. Now, what I usually like to do is pull back a little bit and see where where are we coming from? What is it that we're looking at here? Well, Tesla's been in this uptrend, right? And now I think it's trying to go fill this gap. So if I throw on the sort of my gap strategy for TOS, right? We have a gap to fill down here at 235, basically 235. So I've been eyeing this gap for a while. Excuse me. I've been waiting for it to come down. And I don't know how good that's going to work, but I've been waiting for it to come down. And I think we're starting to see the gap start to get filled. They did break support at 241 or 242. You could call it 242. So we might be filling this gap. But if not, then I want to trade the upside, right? And that's why I'm keeping my eye on the overall market. I'm keeping my eye on S&P 500 Qs to see if they can rise. Now, do I see a pattern forming? And we'll get into the macroeconomics, but first, there's a small opportunity here. Look at all this resistance we see for Tesla. So there's still a lot of resistance for Tesla. Obviously, this is my favorite stock to trade because I'm so used to it. But there is a lot of resistance at this level. We may not get above it. If we can get above like 247, then that might be an upside play. But for the most part, we are in a downtrend right now for the overall market. So like if I pull up the S&P 500, just take a look at this. I might pull it up on TradingView also. I know a lot of people use TradingView. Good morning. Good morning. What up, guys? Look at me. Hey, just so you guys know, I'm going to get the Stream Deck working. But what happened is, good morning to you guys. I guess the Stream Deck doesn't work. The soundboard doesn't work as good with what is it, Mac. So I talked to the tech guy and he's like, oh, we got a problem here. So anyways, but this is how it's going to sound for now while you guys are in here. Hopefully that's not too bad. I just hate that it's not the best. All right. But either way, that's fine. So let's get into it. How you guys doing this morning? And now I'm going to practice doing this so you guys can see your Dimaj. We got Dimaj here in the house, and we got Dimaj in the house, and we got Watermelon. Well, known as Watermelon, Slime Z. We'll just call him Slime Z. We're on YouTube today. So anyway, Slime Z, Watermelon, and Dimaj. Check this out, bro. Market's trying to break the downtrend, right? We're trying to break that downtrend. So yesterday we held that 432 level. And what are you guys looking at this morning anyway? We did hold the 432 level. This is without pre-market. This is just sort of all the gaps. So the S&P held that 432 level, this red line that I have here. And I don't know. We got to get above 433, 434 really to break this downtrend. So oh, okay. Tesla's holding VWAP. So anyways, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The Qs are starting to press right now. So let me just dive into, we didn't do like a full uh, a full out charting of what's going on here, but it's pretty clear. 360.50 for the Qs, right? That's what we're trying to get above. And let me expand this so it's bigger in YouTube. Got to get this legit. All right, let's see if it looks better here. There we go. There we go. Looking at Tesla, you put me on the game. Thank you, 100%. Yeah, Tesla. Man, I have a lot to say about the macro when it comes to Tesla, the fundamentals, whatever XYZ. But until we get a slowdown, we'll see how this market is. Let's evaluate how this market is going first, and then we'll jump into the long-term prospects of Tesla, Bitcoin. You know, the Bitcoin ETF, all that stuff. I know people are talking about it, but I just don't think they understand over the next 12 months how the macro is going to feed into, you know, really fueling this market much higher when it comes to crypto. Sorry, not real estate, but crypto. Ooh, big move by the Qs. Okay, the Qs just made a big move. Wow, what's going on here? I might be missing the news. All right, so we got a big move by the Qs trying to get above that level. I'm gonna throw on my regular chart where we see the pre-market. All right, and I got the EMAs on there. So if you're not familiar, I got VWAP in purple. Actually, let's go to the 1 minute. Sorry about that. We got VWAP in purple, right? We're out of that zone. We got the 21 EMA and we got the 9 EMA. That's what I like to watch. Okay. Now that looks like some capitulation to the downside. That looks like some weakness there. You get that big upside move, maybe some longs covering, and then a big short. I don't know why they would cover up there, but either way, we might have some news. Let me check. It's just the Qs moving up. It's just the Qs exploding. SPY didn't move. Okay, SPY did not move. S&P did not move. That was just the Qs. I don't think there's any news on this. That's kind of weird. That's a weird move there. Yeah, that is a weird move. Anyways, that's the resistance. We can clearly see that the Qs are trying to get above this level, right? We just haven't done it. One. Oh, come on. I guess you can't see it with this here, but I'll put the arrow. So 1, 2, now 3. Come on, clicker. Right? So that's where we're trying to get above. There's a lot of resistance there. If we happen to break above this, then I will, and I'm keeping my eye on it in the left-hand side. You can see it up here, right? If we get above this level on the left-hand side, then I'm going to be interested in looking at big tech to see how big tech is moving. Oh, yeah. Let me get used to doing this. Looking at Tesla, you put me on that. Thank you, 100%. Let's see. I'm going to get used to putting your guys' comments up here so you can read them. I think there's data, not sure. It is 7:02. We probably got that 7 a.m. data. That is true. Dimash, Tesla is moving. All right, we'll switch to Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla right now. All right, so Tesla again needs to get above this level. In my opinion, that was the resistance from yesterday, right? So once we get above this level, it's not that I'm interested now. If I see a setup, I see a setup. Probably in the intermediate, right? This could have been a VWAP support play. We could have got that VWAP support there. But I want to see this play out a little more. What are we, 30 minutes into the market? We're not sure if we're in the uptrend. Yesterday, we had a big, this here, we got pre-market highs. Should we mark these pre-market highs? Let's mark these pre-market highs really quick. Yesterday, we had a big upside move early, and then everything rolled over, right? I don't want to get caught up in that. I want to see confirmation, right? But we did have this nice PDC hold on Tesla at 241. I just want to see some more confirmation. It looks like we're getting it. We might be getting it. I want to see the wedge form, right? I want to see the wedge form. I want to see the Qs get above that level. IWM is starting to rise. Advanced decline still negative. We might be wedging on the SPYs, though. We definitely are wedging on the SPYs. Well, I like to call it a wedge, but it's a potential breakout on the S&P 500. Tesla is moving. What else we got moving around here? Let's see. I guess we'll keep it on this until we get some relief. So yeah, SPY. Now let me throw SPY real quick because this is the other resistance zone that I want to see us get above for SPY. Right now, let's see. Let's back up a little bit. right? We're trying to break this downtrend. This is the downtrend that we've been in for the last, what, 2 weeks? So we're trying to break this downtrend, okay? We already have 2 levels of support. Obviously, before that was support, right? I mean, I'm sorry, that was a resistance. We turned that into support. We just blew past it. That was the big blow off top. Now we're back into that level, that 432 level. This might be the second day we hold, right? This is day 2. We're starting to hold that level. We're starting to break or rip the downtrend. It looks like SPY is getting up there. If it does, then we should see Tesla start to rip too. See if we can get above this level. All right, so also looking at the macro, you guys, I'll keep this on here, but I want to look at the macro really quick. We had some good data. Housing price inflation is still falling. Housing price inflation is still falling pretty sharply. It's falling sharply. So this market has legs, right? This market has legs. This morning is really quick. It's a short-term trade. Oh, Open Door ripping up. Okay, Open. I see Open Door. Also ZM. You guys know I've been swing trading Open Door. Actually got some out yesterday. I didn't like the price action. Plus Tesla came down a lot, and I like that. I might be actually more interested in loading up on some longer call options. All right, here we go. How do you think Palantir is doing, Slime Z? Palantir we'll take a look at Palantir. Dang, that thing is moving, Open Door. Palantir is starting to bottom. It's clearly starting to bottom here at 14. Looks like 14. We're starting to bottom. We got down to 1350. As a long-term play, it's a tricky trade. Palantir is a tricky trade. It doesn't have the best price action, but you know what I think. Long-term, I think this is the best AI play you can get. I would let it consolidate a little more, right? There's a gap to fill out 1464 for Palantir. So let me load up let's load up that gap chart. We have a gap at a 1464, 1464. There's a gap there. So it might fill that gap and get rejected. I just want to see the overall market. You guys already know. I want to see the overall market. Now, let's say you're a dip buyer and you're just buying for more upside to the for the next 12 months. If you're not trading this, then yeah, I would be buying this. I definitely would be buying this. Not financial advice, but I'd be buying Palantir. It's the best pure AI play out there, and it's still undervalued, extremely undervalued. So hey, over 1450, Palantir is tricky. So it depends. Are you trading it? Are you starting to trade this, or are you just want to invest in it? I think it's a lot easier to just invest because over the next 12, 16 months, okay, Qs are getting rejected, advanced declines moving up, IWMs are moving up, small caps are moving up, Qs finding some resistance there. But over the long haul, yeah, Palantir is a winner, bro, for sure. In my view. Yeah, that was a big upside move. We finally got that pullback in Palantir. Been waiting for that for a while. Right. So let's see on the macro. I mean, all the moving averages are moving up on the daily chart pretty sharply. I still think it has a little more time to consolidate for sure. DXY, long move up, big move up on DXY. All right, let's check that out. All right, so we're getting rejected here. I'm keeping my eye on Tesla because I do want to trade Tesla. I'm just waiting for the right setup. So I want to trade it. And then I'm going to switch to the macro chart so we can sort of see what is the market looking at. Looks like we are getting rejected pretty hard there. That's good. I want to see more time, more consolidation before I jump in anything. I'm not a scalp trader. I like to do the intraday swing trades. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance there for Tesla too at that 247, 246, 247. It dropped pretty hard. 244. I would even say 244. That's where the support was like 2 weeks ago. So keeping your eye on that. Let's see. Let's pull back a little bit. All right, yeah, let's do an overall review of the macro charts. I'm starting to get used to. Got to get used to this StreamYard. See if I can get used to StreamYard. So we got okay for investment. Yeah, for an investment, bro. Like you're young, Palantir is going much higher from here. In my view, if I was young, I'd be buying Palantir for sure. Right, just as an AI play, the AI theme is real. People won't understand it probably till next year. They just say, "Oh, it's a bubble." It's not a bubble. It's extremely. It's like the internet. It's extremely. Um, it's extremely life changing. It's like an atom bomb. AI is like an atom bomb, but we just won't like a nuclear, like a nuclear weapon to productivity. So a lot of people just won't realize it till later in the future. But either way, um, you got to get in early. Once people understand something, the price is much higher, right? That's what I always say. Once people get it, oh, well, it's not true. It's a little risky. Like this company's been around for 17 years. I think longer than that. Go check out Amit's channel. He's all about Palantir. Shout out to Amit. He's a solid guy. He's all about Palantir. So if you want to learn more about Palantir, what they're doing on a weekly basis, right? Then that's the guy to go to. And this is why I'm not rushing into Tesla, because there's so much resistance. The market is not ready to really move up yet, right? The market is just not ready to move up yet. I'm not seeing that. Now we're below VWAP. Q's got rejected, SPY rejected. So now I can take a breather. Plus, I'm short Tesla right now. I am short Tesla until about June. What is it? July 7th. So I'm selling some calls against Tesla. It's up a lot. I thought I'd sell some calls, collect some premium, and just wait. But overall, the trend's going higher. So obviously, I want this thing to work out in my favor. So yeah, let's go. Let's see if I can get to that other chart really quick. Really got to get used to this. Oh, here we go. Go to, there we go. Let's go to this chart. All right, here we go. Yeah, let's take a look at the macro. All right, so here's the macro setup, right? And when I say macro, I'm talking about the technical macro setup. We'll go over the economy. Good morning, Dodgeball. How you doing this morning? What up? What up? What up? Man, I got to figure out how to use this better. I hate to be so inefficient, but either way, we'll get through it. Spike Dodgeball. Good morning, bro. How's everything going? Good to see you guys in here. Moving away from TikTok. You know what? This might be better though. I think it's going to be better to evaluate the market. It's a lot quicker, right? And I keep saying that. It's a little exciting. But either way, yeah, let's check this out. So macroeconomics, all right? What is the dollar starting to do? Let's get on that daily chart. I've always said this. When we look at the macro technicals, the dollar is a risk on, risk off type of instrument, right? If there's global uncertainty, so if there was China invading Taiwan, or the Russian war with Ukraine accelerated, we're going to see the dollar go higher because nobody wants to hold other currencies. They want to hold the dollar at the end of the day, right? So I don't expect it to go higher, though. I expect the dollar to keep falling because I'm seeing global liquidity or debasement of currency or currency weakness accelerate around the globe. And as the economy continues to slow, it's not going to collapse, but as it continues to slow, the dollar should roll over. Once we get under this 101, right? 101, really 100. I mean, you can make it, it's relative, it's a zone. Once we get under 101, that's it. We're fully risk on. So this sort of looks like oil too. The dollar is starting to look like oil a little bit, where it's in this bear flag. I mean, I don't know if you really want to call it a bear flag. It's not 100% a bear flag, but this is pretty bearish for me. You see the daily moving average, the 200, it can't get above. So I see the dollar moving much lower from here, right? That's one. 10-year yields, right? The cost of capital. The cost of capital is still, it looks super bullish right now, but that depends on growth and inflation. So if inflation continues to decelerate, as I expect it to really fall off a cliff this summer, then bond yields should come down, right? Bond yields should come down. I expect them to come down, as a matter of fact, because the economy is just starting to slow. It's still slowing. It's strong. It's still expanding, but it is slowing. And, the bond market looks at growth and inflation. So we're still in this trend. If we break above this, I'll be like, what? Okay, what's going on here? What are we seeing? Right. But here's oil. This is really why I'm super bullish over the macro in the next 16 months, 18, 12, 16 months. Oops, kind of zoomed in there. Because oil is the biggest input to inflation and it's rolling over. It's going to collapse soon. Russia and Iran are selling this at a cheap price, cheaper than the market. And there's just not a whole lot of demand. There's not a whole lot of demand. People in general usually spend a lot during the summer months. But this time around, like if you're one of those, the student loan crisis, right? Paying back student loans is going to hurt the economy. Well, it'll slow the economy for sure. Plus, like you got to realize, and the slower the economy, the more oil, turns over. But you also have to realize that, how do I say this? You also have to realize that global growth just isn't as strong as people thought. So before the global economy starts to turn up, you're going to see fiscal liquidity and monetary liquidity come in first. So it won't reach the actual market per se yet. A lot of people are fighting over producing more oil, and I think the price goes down. I think we're going to see the 50s, right? I think we're going to see oil in the 50s. That's going to collapse inflation. Very bullish. And one of the other reasons, let me see, did I forget what the other reason was like, man, what is that other reason? Am I having a brain fart right now? Stupid. All right, we'll come back to oil. Either way, there's another reason that oil should collapse. I just can't think of it right now. And when I say should, it's like, it's not a promise, guys, but it's going lower. Oh, manufacturing. Yeah, manufacturing is still falling. Look at the VIX. The VIX is basically screaming secular bull market. The VIX is screaming secular bull market. So that's what we're looking at here. And we're just going over the macro. We haven't for a while. We've been looking at some of these day trades. This one is key right here. I just learned this weekend. I'm always trying to learn new stuff that I don't understand. I'm not an expert, but this is bond volatility. This is the VIX this is the volatility for the bond market. So this one is very key because it signals liquidity. As long as bond volatility comes down, U.S. Treasury, the U.S. bond market, the U.S. Treasury market isn't going to be as volatile, meaning the collateral that lenders lend out or lend off of the benchmark rate, that collateral is safer. The safer the collateral, the less interest they charge on lending. If this thing explodes, then your collateral is at risk a little more. It's more volatile. Therefore, you increase the haircut. You increase the rate on borrowing, hurting growth. This isn't going anywhere. So it's starting to slow down. As long as bond volatility continues to fall, and it's been falling for like 2.5 months now, then we're good. I mean, that's just one factor for a bullish market, okay? And we're going over the macro technicals. This is triple B spreads. Triple B spreads, they go up, right? Just to make it simple, triple B spreads go up, then you're out of corporate bonds. So you're basically, there's a risk off behavior in markets because you're getting out of, you're removing liquidity from the debt market, corporate debt markets, right? But as this falls, you're seeing that there's more risk on. So this was the banking crisis. Obviously, like, oh my gosh, equities are at risk. The debt market for equities is at risk. But now that it's falling, you're seeing that, investors are still interested in taking risk in corporate debt. So that's a good thing. All right. That's good. All right. So next, what are we looking at here? Oh, market breadth. This is the S&P 500 equal weight. It's looking pretty solid. It's not really going anywhere, but it's equal weight is market breadth. So if you take out FANG, you take out the big dogs, what are we looking like, right? What does the whole basket look like? And it really hasn't moved, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's just noise because, of course, the biggest companies in the world, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, the big tech monsters are going to move first. Why wouldn't they? They solve the inflation issues, a lot of the structural inflation issues, and they can still grow their earnings in this environment. So that's what we're looking at right now is basically the dollar's moving sideways. Bond yields have been moving sideways. Oil's rolling over. So inflation risks, I think, are continuing to fall. Inflation risks will continue to fall. Oil is rolling over. And the VIX is screaming, bull market. Nobody's taking out insurance. The cost of insurance is low. right? So that's kind of what we're looking at. Okay, you move to Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin has another leg. This is a huge, this is a lot of upside move. The Bitcoin ETF is going to get passed. It's going to get passed. This is the start of this crypto bull market. It's just the start of it. Obviously, there's going to be huge. If we run all the way to all-time highs, or if we get up to 40, 45K, we're going to come back and find support somewhere. It's going to rip back down because that's how it moves. But for the most part, the trend is much higher from here. So yeah, that crypto bull market, I believe, is definitely on. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum's trying to break out, right? Ethereum's trying to break out. Tesla. This is just the bigger term. Now, this is key though for stocks. Looking at the stock market, we're finally getting that pullback in Tesla. So I'm looking for support here on Tesla. I'm just looking for support, trying to find support so I can get long again. I want to get long Tesla. I want to be long Tesla. It's pretty clear that Tesla wants to go much higher from here. It's breaking that downtrend for the first time in a while. We're starting to break that big macro downtrend that started 2 years ago. So we're getting out of that trend. I think we hit all-time highs this year. If the if inflation continues to fall, I think we're hitting all-time highs in Tesla, and that's one way to look at things. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at currently. If we go through, let's see, Google, Microsoft. Look at Google starting to roll over. So Google's showing a lot of weakness. Google is starting to roll over. So I'm not looking long for that one. I know people will short Google, but I don't know if you really want to short Google. It might just consolidate. Netflix is pulling in to that 200 SMA, that 200 moving average. Meta is still pretty bullish, I believe. Amazon. Let me look at the daily here on Amazon. Amazon is struggling after that news. It is struggling, but you can always find support on Amazon. Meta kind of broke down, not a clear pattern. AMD is getting smashed though. AMD is still coming down pretty hard. It could not find support there, but I think this is a great setup. I like the AMD setup. I definitely like the AMD setup. You can see when it does pull back, it pulls back pretty hard, right? It does pull back pretty hard. You want to see that break of trend, maybe support on the 150-day moving average, or trend support or previous support before it moves higher. So I'd still stay a little patient on that, especially for the upside, because I think this is it. I think this is the last pullback, in my view. The macro is improving. Inflation's about to fall off a cliff. So we're just looking for support. We had a big blow off top. Now we're looking for support. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit to see what we're looking like on the intraday charts. So we'll keep our eye on the Qs. Let me take off this these simple moving averages. I don't use those. I use VWAP for intraday. Dang, this thing's still doing this. I like to use VWAP. All right, so the Q's right below VWAP again. We're looking weak. We're still not breaking out of that trend yet. And I want to see the trend break. I want to see clear support, but we're not getting that yet. We're still getting rejected at the previous day support, resistance, whatever you want to call it. So obviously we're not ready to go higher, but we are consolidating. So this is positive for the most part. So just keep your eye on that. On the upside, I think we can see this calendar, some of the economic data. Let's go through that really quick. Building permits. So I'm making a post right now about, part of the reason I think the economy is recovering is because we're seeing the housing market start to recover. These are building permits. These are leading indicators for construction or, infrastructure spend, whatever it is. We know the infrastructure bill is about $1 trillion into 2026. And we're seeing that play out in the building permit. Like basically people are not people, but investors, companies, businesses are acquiring more building permits. And if we were in this housing crash, we wouldn't be seeing this. We would be seeing building permits decline. But as a leading indicator, building permits are starting to bottom, right? Maybe they don't go straight up from here, not yet, but they are starting to bottom. So we're seeing that. Okay. How about the consumer? What is the consumer doing? I don't want to see that. How is the consumer doing? Well, if we look at durable good orders, I don't think they have durable good orders year over year on this metric, but durable good orders are starting to recover, which is we've been in this goods recession, but now the durable goods are starting to recover. Now, I want to see X defense because there's a lot of defense spending, obviously money to Ukraine, jets, missiles, whatever it is. That we want to take that out and then look at it. And it looks like for May, we did have a nice bump month over month for durable goods. So that's all. The economy is just not falling apart. That's basically what this is signaling. The economy is not falling apart. It's still expanding to some degree. All right, now home prices. This one is key because as the housing market actually recovers, we're seeing home prices fall. That is so positive. That's insane. Home prices are falling. So there's more supply of homes being built. There's more construction being built, despite what you hear. The data says otherwise. And you have these Case-Shiller Home Price Index. You have Redfin data, Zillow. They all point to prices, not just housing prices, but housing inflation falling. And that's what the Fed wants to see. And the reason why this is key, look, we're negative on home price inflation. The reason why this is key is because the CPI is very lagging, right? The CPI is lagging so bad, 12 to 18 months, however you want to say it. So once this comes in line, once we see the Case-Shiller Home Price Index start to factor into the CPI, the shelter CPI, inflation collapses along with energy prices because, it looks like oil is going to collapse at the same time. So if we get housing prices are already collapsed. Once we get the housing inflation in the CPI along with the collapse in oil, so energy falls even further. And I know I'm a little optimistic about this, but growth is slowing. Like, don't get me wrong, growth is slowing. It's just not falling apart. Once that comes in place, the market's going to boom because inflation is the biggest drag. Like, inflation is the main risk to the market. And as that risk falls apart and as that risk disappears, then the market, it's basically also liquidity because if inflation is falling, your earnings are better, right? You have more money to spend. So that's what's positive. If you look at home price index, this thing isn't negative yet, but it's at 3.1%. Looking straight there. So yeah, we're looking good. I don't know. There's just a lot of positive macroeconomics coming into play. This is a lot of stuff. It's just what is month over month? So month on month, there was a little bump in Case-Shiller Home Price Index. That's not terrible, but the big trend, the macro trend is we're headed lower, right? Prices are headed lower. So that's the positive part. All right. So Richmond Fed manufacturing, there's a lot of data this morning. That's what we're looking at. That's what the market is reacting to. We could recover on that data. We'll see. But this is more manufacturing, and it looks like manufacturing is still weak. We're still in a recession when it comes to the manufacturing sector, right? We're still in a recession there. Has this even came out yet? No, this came out earlier. Yeah, this came out at 7 a.m. So, well, my time, 10 a.m. your guys' time. So this was Richmond Fed. That's what the Qs reacted to. A lot of weakness in manufacturing. Richmond shipments index, blah, blah, blah. Oh, here we go. Dallas Fed. What is this? Revenue index? That's not terrible. Okay. Well, we don't really need to see that. The point is, home prices are falling. Manufacturing is still in a recession. So there's no reason to really hike rates, right? There's no reason to hike rates. The market needs to digest this. So we're watching, how's the market going to digest all this data? We have inflation on Friday, so that's going to be important. Oh my goodness, bro. I thought I turned off those notifications. Either way, let's see if the Qs can get above 360. I think that's really our resistance right there. 360s in this zone somewhere. We'll get back to Tesla, see how that's moving. Biden with the $42 billion internet access plan. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that this morning. And that's the bullish macro right there, right? They have no choice but to invest in technology. So who benefits the most from the $42 billion access? Let me throw that up there. Who benefits the most from the $42 billion internet access plan? And it's not like this plan alone is going to just boost the market. But what it tells you is there's more stimulus coming, right? When economies slow down, everybody is expecting this collapse in the stock market. It already happened. We already priced it in. So when economies slow globally, what that leads to is more liquidity, whether from the government or from the central banks, right? Or it's lowering rates. Either way, you either lower rates, which we're not there yet, because that increases liquidity, or you literally pump more, you pump more dollars into the system via monetization from the Fed balance sheet, Fed liquidity, or fiscal policy. So literally that Biden $42 billion internet access, whatever it is, stimulus. It's stimulus. It's more cowbell. So we've been saying this for a while. There's going to be more stimulus to come. We're going to keep seeing it, and the market just won't collapse. The economy is going to remain strong because that creates more jobs, right? It creates more jobs, net, and it's an investment into tech regardless. It is an investment into technology regardless. And that's why we see Oracle, breaking out. And I'm just kidding. It has nothing to do with Oracle, but that is interesting. Where does that kind of go? Where does that stimulus go to? Either way, more stimulus is coming into the markets, and it goes through. Yeah, it does come through the market before it hits the economy most of the time when the Fed actually starts to print. So that's good. I mean, that is pretty positive in my view. That's one positive factor, is that you're going to see more stimulus. So we already have, if we add up all the stimulus, right? If we look at all the stimulus, you have $1 trillion of the infrastructure bill from Biden till 2026. That's $1 trillion. Inflation Reduction Act, I think it's like 200 and maybe it's like 500 billion. I can't remember. The CHIPS Act was like 280 billion. Now we got this thing, 40 billion, right? There's more to come. We're going to keep seeing more because the economy is slowing, right? GDP growth is slow, and it is continuing to slow. And the only way to actually get that up is to invest in technology, which he is doing. And his presidency is going to be at risk going into the next election. And what do they do? What do politicians do? Dang, Open Door looks good. What do politicians do? They print more money. They send out more stimulus checks, and assets go higher. Asset prices go higher. So that's what we should be seeing. Now, bro, why am I getting these notifications? I thought I turned that off. I don't know where to find it, but either way, yeah, that's what we're looking at. So inflation definitely is starting to collapse, and that's why I'm so bullish on the market. Inflation should be collapsing pretty soon. All right. I think by end of the summer, we actually see inflation collapse. All right. Now that we recovered, the market recovered from that short, that short pullback. That was algos, by the way. Those are all algos. Algorithms basically ripped the market lower when that data came out. Apple still, where's Apple at? Is Apple at all-time highs here? Apple's still grinding higher, just slowly grinding higher, right? Apple is just slowly grinding higher. Microsoft looks like it's starting to find a bottom here, slowly grinding higher. This is interesting. We got a nice little bull flag, or a descending channel, however you want to call it, on Microsoft. So that's something to look out for. Probably needs to find support above 334, where it slipped yesterday. Google. Man, Google looks bearish though. Google looks like, man, if Google drops 117, there might be a gap to fill on Google down here somewhere. Google looks pretty bearish. Netflix. Let's see Netflix. Netflix is, hey, this is nice. This is nice for Netflix. I don't like trading Netflix. I'm not a Netflix trader, but some people like to trade Netflix. No discrimination. Right? So there you got for Netflix. And this is just big tech. These have the most liquid options. Amazon try to break out, can't go. You need the overall market. Dude, oh my, that's annoying. I'm sorry, guys. We need the overall market. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's really starting to piss me off. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll figure it out later. See, later I try to figure it out. I don't even know where to go. I'm just not a tech guy. So I need a tech guy in here to fix that for me. It seems simple, but I'll be there for like 30, 40 minutes trying to figure out the notifications, 1,000 buttons to push. And that's why you pay software engineers so much. So Meta tried to break out. A lot of these charts are sloppy. When I look back at them, a lot of these charts are sloppy. They're very sloppy. For swing trades, hey, the intraday might look good, but they look pretty sloppy to me. I don't like it, right? I don't like it. Nvidia, let's see, Nvidia pulling into the previous highs. This thing fell apart too yesterday. Probably goes back down to who knows what, maybe about. Actually, I might find support here. It really depends where the market's at. It's just pulling, it's just trending higher. It is really just trending higher. 400 maybe, probably holds 400. It looks like it bottomed yesterday at 400. So I'm looking at Nvidia at that. For this case, 400. Maybe it slips again today. We'll see. Let's go AMD. These are the big tech runs. I think this is my favorite setup right here. This is one of my favorite setups. You got a lot of consolidation here from when it first broke out. And you got a lot of support. And it's pulled back so much. How far is it down? We are down 20% on AMD, right? We're down 20% in AMD. They're going to come out with some chips. People love AMD. It does this, right? We had this nice rip last time. How far was this rip? This rip was 20%. So we're in that 20% decline, and we should be heading higher from here. See if we're getting any type of news here. A lot of people talking about gold, crypto fear index starting to move up. Yeah, crypto's going higher. Fidelity preparing to submit spot. Oh my gosh, here we go. Now we got Fidelity with the spot Bitcoin ETF. Now you got Fidelity filing for that. I thought they already did. That. But either way, this is the FOMO into crypto. The FOMO is everybody's trying to get the spot ETF. Why is it so important? Because it opens up institutional money flow. People who don't want to get private keys and they want to trust institution so they don't lose their keys or whatever it is, or they don't want to, be in FTX, something that can collapse. So Fidelity, BlackRock, those are trusted entities by the government. They're going to be backed by the government, if not other banks. So once you get that ETF approved, they have a bid to buy Bitcoin. They have to start buying Bitcoin, right? They got to start buying Bitcoin to provide it to their customers. And then it opens up the gates for pension funds, 401ks, etc., the retirement system. And then hedge funds are going to trade that. So people are going to get greedy. They're going to get FOMO. And it's just starting. We're just starting to move. We are just starting to move. So that's good. That's good. We'll take a look back. I'm just trying to see if we're missing anything here. Nope. So yeah, we're some of these setups they're just crappy. We're looking at the Qs here, and we just need the Qs to find support. Are we going to find support at 350, 750? I think this is where we need to find support on the Qs before we get any upside move. Who knows how long it takes? But that's pretty much what we're waiting on. The Qs. Some people will play the downside. I think they're going to get squeezed out if they play the downside. Wow, the SPY looks a little, S&P looks a little more bullish than the Qs for sure. This is a lot more bullish for the S&P. Marching higher, coming off that 432 level. This is good. Actually, you know what? I like this. Not that I'm going to go long SPY. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a swing trade. But I'm more interested in getting long something I want to hold for a while on this pullback. I don't know. Tesla might have a little more room to go. See Palantir, ENPH getting smoked. Coin. This short squeeze getting smoked here. Carvana getting smoked. It did have that short squeeze, but it's over now. Man, this is looking good though. Maybe that we need some more time to consolidate here for Open Door. I like it, but it's just, man, it's holding up. Also like this too. I like ZM starting to hold a little bit. All right, I'm going to get back to the other chart so we can zoom in a little more. This, I just want to talk about the macro. These charts are better on TradingView to go over the macro setup when it comes to, it's just easier to navigate these charts. Look at that. ZM has a lot of room to go. I think ZM has a lot of room to go. ARK is going to carry that trade also. We should see ARK carry ZM higher once it starts to break out. I know people don't believe in ARK, but it doesn't matter. Tesla will bring it higher. And we're almost to that risk on environment. We're the Fed is pausing right now. So that looks like a reverse head and shoulders. We just need to get above 44, 45. The hold above 45, and then we'll be golden for ARK. Risk is coming. SoFi, SoFi got hit pretty hard. Man, SoFi got hit hard. It's still going to go up, though. I mean, once the liquidity cycle turns up, everything's going higher. That isn't falling apart anyways. That isn't falling apart. Palantir. Okay, Palantir's starting to look good. We got $15. Okay, yeah, Palantir clearing 15 will be nice. All right, yeah, let's get back to that other. Actually, you know what? Let's look at FinViz. Let's see who's in play right now. This is just my little filter. I like to look at relative volume. So RVol. Dang, Tesla's been in play like every single week. A lot of interest there. I don't think it's going away either. I don't think it's going away. Let's go to these. What are we in? Hour one. We're in about an hour. 5-minute chart. I'll check out the 2-minute chart here. All right. So this is how I'll scan for some patterns, right? Using the FinViz. Just see if there's anything I like. Ooh, Roblox looks nice. That was a nice little breakout for Roblox. This looks like it's gonna tank, but it is Viking Therapeutics. Too risky. Man, Open Door is moving up. That's nice. CVS. I think SPY is in play though. Who is this? Equal Weight. Yeah, I think SPY is in play. That's kind of how I feel right now. Going to the let's go to the. Let me see what this looks like. Nasdaq has a little more RVol, but SPY does look like it wants to break that downtrend. Let's take a look at SPY for now. Keep my eye on SPY. All right, I got to get better at this in real time. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. No. There we go. All right, cool. All right, how much of a chance do we get? What are the chances that Tesla can get above and hold this? It does have the RVol. So we do see the RVol for Tesla. As long as it's over 1, it's pretty solid. 1.75, that's a lot of RVol. I know people are buying this dip. People are definitely buying this dip for Tesla. They're buying this dip because the supercharger network is now coming online. Plus, one of the big things is full self-driving. We don't know, you're not going to wait. You don't want to buy Tesla when full self-driving actually works. They're going to be making progress, and this thing goes a lot higher. You also have Cybertruck coming in, second half of the year? You have Cybertruck, and last time they had a product like that, Model Y, not the same, but there's a lot of demand for trucks. So we'll see how it does. Maybe it flops. Maybe it does flop. Either way, there's a lot of demand for Cybertruck. I mean, well, there's a lot of pre-orders. This looks kind of bearish. This looks pretty bearish for me. But you have Cybertruck Dojo. You have the supercomputer Dojo that might license out its software for these other EVs to use full self-driving, or just for chips in general. It's already, Model Y, number one selling truck or car. Model Y, actually truck and car. Model Y is the number one selling vehicle in the world. Yeah, I don't like this. Look at this. Just got rejected again. Got rejected again. Doesn't look great. S&P though, it looks like it is starting to climb a little bit. We might see a double top here. It's a tough market. You got to scalp this. Ooh, I didn't even see that. IWM is making a nice move. So we do got small caps moving higher. Small caps are starting to break out. We're moving into what, 182.50. This is yesterday's high. See, what does IWM look like? Trying to break the downtrend. We need to get above 182.50. Yeah, we got rejected there yesterday. Do we get it today? Possibly. We might get it today. We might get that 182.50 today. Not sure. What else is on the news front? Tomorrow we do have. See, what do we got tomorrow? We got Fed. We got Powell speaking tomorrow, so that's going to be 6:30 a.m. Hey, this will be it. My bet is that Powell speaks tomorrow, and if he doesn't say anything crazy, like we're gonna increase rate, he's gonna try to stay dovish. He's gonna try to stay hawkish. But if he, I think if he doesn't say anything too crazy, the market will start to break that downtrend. So he has a speech at 6:30 a.m. and then, 9:30 a.m. market open, and then he has a speech at 11:30 a.m., which is why I think the market just consolidates today, because it wants to hear Powell's expectations. So it's not going to make a big move until those expectations are clear. And then Thursday we get GDP, right? So today's probably a dead day, to be honest. Today's probably a pretty dead day. And then we have that, and then we have GDP coming up on Thursday, and then Friday the big PCE data, personal income. We're going to see how the consumer's doing. Oh, we can't even see it on here. That's fine. I'll just talk about it. So yeah, we got PCE coming out on Friday. Core PCE. This is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. So once that comes out, then we'll know. We'll know a little more about where the trajectory of the economics are going, or where the economy is headed. I think the economy is just slow, and it's okay. The question is, are we going to get more inflation? No, we're not. There's no signs of inflation. The question is, does the economy collapse, right? With the student loan repayments coming back online, which either way, we're going to get more fiscal policy, I think. We just got that internet, right? $42 billion internet access plan. There's more to come. If you don't think Biden is going to keep printing, then, I'm not saying you're stupid, but he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to keep printing. That's the only way out, only way to make people, to get his rating up. Plus, we need it. We need that printing to happen anyway. Right? Dang, okay. IWM is just moving. IWM is moving. That might be the only index. Some people probably try to short it up here. Tesla's starting to roll over. I like that. I want to see it roll over. So today might be one of those down days. Let's see if Google is losing support. Do you short Google here? Do you short Google at this moment? Not this moment, but today, can you short Google? I don't know. You'd need the cues to continue to roll over. I don't think so. At least this charting looks a lot better than it does for intraday. So if I do macro, I'm going to switch to the other chart. I got to get really used to doing that. I got this button too now. You guys probably can't hear it that clear. Nope. It's going to be good. We got the sad button. Yeah, I'm trying to really make this stream better. I just, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. I'm like, what is this? How do I do this? All these connectors, all this technology stuff. It's annoying, bro. So shout out to the YouTubers or the streamers who are really good at it. It's tough. Take some practice. So Google's starting to hold VWAP. I know a lot of people might see this and say, "Oh my gosh, it's a wedge above VWAP." There's probably not a whole lot of RVOL here, but always notice these trends. Always notice these trends, because when there is RVOL and the market's moving higher, it's a very high likelihood of follow through. You're going to get more follow through if that is the case. All right, so ECB trying to pump wages. We need more. Trying to keep track of this this macro data that comes out. Let's see what else are we seeing here. Man, Fidelity prepare. Crypto's about to rip, man. Crypto's gonna rip. New home sales up. Did I miss that? New home sales today? Yeah, new home sales were up. So the data is clear that the economy is already starting to bottom. We're starting to expand again. We are starting to expand again in the economy, in the US economy, while inflation is falling. This is literally the most bullish setup you can get. This is the most bullish setup you can get. And I know people will say, no, it's not. It's, liquidity is draining because the US Treasury. Nope, that's false. That's false. We're seeing the reverse repo support the US Treasury supply. We're seeing the reverse repo demand come in to pick up that supply. And we talked about this months ago. Okay, S&P is trying to make a move higher. Okay. Let's look at S&P. Maybe I'll trade some S&P today. Maybe we'll trade some S&P. Just want to get some clarity. I want to see some clarity here. Let's see. We did fill that gap from yesterday, even though it did get filled yesterday. Got above that level. S&P trying to break that downtrend. So we could essentially move to 434.50. That could be a move. Looking at this downtrend and the previous resistance, right? We're at the previous resistance from 3 days ago, 433.50. But if we do hold this level and we get through it, then we're looking at 434.50. And S&P's contracts, they can move. They can really move. You're not going to get any big moves today. You're just not till Powell finishes speaking. So maybe we come back up here, get rejected. Maybe not. But I just don't see any big moves until we get more clarity with Powell. And the market just doesn't want any uncertainties. But Open Door is moving, man. I'm kind of pissed. I did stop out of it. I stopped out of Open Door. I just didn't like the upside move. I didn't like how it was moving on the macro. It's kind of climbing. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like Benjamin Cohen is bearish. He says greed is high. Bro, these dudes are tripping. Benjamin Cohen, this Bitcoin nerd. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a smart guy. He's really good at what he does. Don't get me wrong. But I just disagree with these guys. They're super bearish. I mean, what are you bearish over the next 3 months? Right? What are you bearish over the next 3 months? I mean, over the next 3 months, possibly we move sideways, but we are not going to all-time lows. Bitcoin is not going back to 10K. These dudes are tripping, especially with the stock market moving up, right? Especially with stocks still moving higher, from more liquidity and from the AI. Like the AI thing is just getting started. I think that's what people don't understand. The AI theme in the stock market is still getting started. This big upside move, this big short squeeze that we got over 420, right? That big short squeeze, a lot of people missed it. There's so many people in cash still. There's so many people or institutions holding cash, not ready to deploy cash. So on these pullbacks, they will say I'm bearish, but they're going to buy these pullbacks. They're going to buy these pullbacks. So if we don't get above this trend, then we are looking at falling back to 429, 426. But if we get above the trend and we start holding above 434.50, I think that is the level. maybe at the end of the week when PCE comes out, when the housing data, or not housing, whenever GDP comes out, and really GDP, it's almost a win-win for GDP. It's a win-win because if GDP is weak, the Fed sticks with their pause, and the market says, well, okay, growth isn't as strong as we want it to be, but the Fed is pausing anyway. They're not going to increase rate hikes. Inflation is decelerating. That's positive. More cowbell at the end of the day. At some point, they're going to have to, look at Biden over here. Okay, GDP is weak. Well, here goes 42 billion into the capital markets, right? Here goes 42 billion into the economy. So either way, it's all noise. It's all noise. In my view, it's all noise. So I would love to debate somebody on it, but it's not like there's a whole lot of guys that want to debate. Look at the man, Opendoor just moving higher. This is a Tempe-based company anyway. So here in Tempe, over here in Arizona. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, that's why I didn't like yesterday, all that rejection here. But looks like it is starting. Maybe I should have been a little more patient. What it really was is I saw Tesla rip lower, and I really want to get call options on Tesla. That's the truth. I want to get call options on Tesla. Opendoor just breaking. That's nice. That's a nice little move on Opendoor. We'll see if it's sustainable. Not a whole lot of volume yet. But I do like Opendoor to fill the gap. Like, look at this. Look at all this room on Opendoor. If we get over, once the market turns back up and a lot of these risk assets catch a bid again, like Opendoor has so much room. What are we looking at here? We're looking at, you got some resistance around $6.30, $6. That's an 80% return already, right? I would say by the next 12 months, once the housing market, because this is a real estate type of stock. So as the housing market, continues to bounce, building permits are up, new housing construction is up. There's more supply in the market. Home buyers are still purchasing houses regardless of the rates. Now rates are paused and should go lower. Opendoor might just explode, and by 2024, by the middle of 2024, when the tightening cycle is done and when the Fed actually starts to cut rates, I think Opendoor goes right back to $20, right? Because you got a new cycle on board, at least 15, at least somewhere around 15. Maybe you get stuck there, right? I mean, obviously you got to keep track of the earnings to make sure that there's no fundamental issues going on. But for the most part, this is a gigantic wedge that broke. It's moving sideways. The macroeconomics are looking good. And there's still time to get in this. There's still time you can get in here. But look at this daily sell candle. That's why I didn't like it. I just didn't like that big candle in the weekly. And we'll see if it consolidates. The longer it consolidates, the better. You can always get in later. I'm just looking at some swing trades because I think as far as day trading, there's nothing really that great. Some people like to scalp, but I think it's unless you're like super legit, you're not going to make money scalping. Over time, you're not going to be consistent. So Benjamin Cohen is saying that greed is too high. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is Opendoor. We're just keeping our eye on Opendoor right here. So I think what he's referring to is this fear and greed index for crypto. And what it really was the it was the index, not the index. It was the BlackRock ETF that got everybody hyped up. But either way, I mean, a lot of times people get hyped up off of nothing, but you're seeing the macro start to reverse. And if you don't hear it anywhere else, I'm telling you, the housing market was the first thing it wasn't the first thing to fall, it was tech. But manufacturing's been in a recession, and the housing market rolled over like a lot of the macroeconomics rolled over. Now they're starting to recover. So once housing recovers, pretty much you're not going into you're not going to go into a recession unless the housing market really crashes. You're just not. We're already in a rolling recession, but you're not going to get into any, clean recession until that actually happens. And if we look at what is it, ITB? Is it ITB, which is the home construction? This is the home construction ETF, right? So why is it at all-time highs? Why are we seeing the home construction ETF at all-time highs? Because there's still confidence in the housing market, right? Maybe not commercial real estate. I understand commercial real estate is falling apart because everybody's using Zoom or they're using virtual ways to meet up. So that cuts costs. By the way, that was the reason. Now I remember why I said I'm so bearish on oil, right? Because if you think about the secular trend of using Zoom, right? You don't need to fly to go meet somebody. You don't need to, people still do it. I'm just saying net, it's going to go down. You don't need to fly. You don't need to drive. You don't need to travel. You can just do Zoom meetings. It's cheaper. It's faster. It's more efficient. It's not as personable. But what that does is it takes the bid off of oil, right? Energy. It takes a lot of demand out of energy. So I think structurally, on a structural basis, and we see this starting to roll over. Look, that looks, oil is crashing. Well, it's not crashing, but it just looks so dead. On a structural basis, the demand for oil just won't come back the way it did because people are not traveling for business as they did. People are meeting up. Kids are meeting up, right? Look at the secular trend. Kids are meeting up online to hang out. They are not driving their motorcycles or their bikes. Not like bikes take gasoline, but the parents aren't driving them to their friend's house. They're meeting up online. This is a secular trend that is not going to reverse. And so I think it just takes oil lower. There's just not enough demand. At the same time, you're getting the supply of Russia and Iran, like a lot of supply from Russia and Iran. They're trying to take market share from Saudi, from the Saudi Arabians, whatever you want to call them, OPEC, part of OPEC. They're all part of OPEC, but they're still fighting amongst each other for market share, right? So eventually, the Saudis are going to have to reverse and start pumping more oil, and you get more supply. This comes lower. So I'm just going to call this out now, right? Trash me later if it doesn't work out, but I am calling for sub 60 oil. I think we see sub 60 oil because there's just not enough demand. So let's go somewhere between 60 and 50. That's where I see oil. That crushes inflation expectations, right? Along with the housing market starting to rebound, which means more supply of houses, which means lower housing prices, which means CPI falls too. Boom, inflation gets down to the Fed's target. Now the Fed can cut rates. Right? Fed can now cut rates. While, with no disaster, with no economic disaster, the Fed will cut rates. And if the Fed cuts rates with no economic disaster, what do you get? You get a very bullish market because now the cost of capital goes down. Now you're getting the cost of capital fall while the economy is recovering. Are you kidding me? That is extremely bullish. Oh, well, structural inflation is coming back. No, it's not, because AI is a nuke for productivity. AI is going to make things more productive at a cheaper cost. So you're not getting supply side inflation. You're just not going to get it. That's why I'm so bullish in the next 12 to 18 months. I'm extremely bullish for the next. I don't think nobody sees it. A lot of people don't. I know there's people that see it. Obviously, I listen to certain people. But man, Open Doors catching the bid in the daily. It's all noise. I'm pissed. That rattles my emotion. Look at this is me. Dude, I sold back here, bro. I sold back here at I think I sold when we just couldn't get above this level, like 295. It's not that serious, but I just want to, I just want to cry it out now so that I don't look at this again. I always do that though. I look and I say, what the hell? Should I have been more patient? Did I do the right thing? Who knows? Either way, it's not that serious. Back to the economy, or back to the things starting to go up. So yeah, I think we get rates getting cut without an economic collapse. Also, if you look at what is the regional banking the regional banking ETF. Well, no, the SMH is the semiconductor ETF, but the actual damn it, what is it? What is it? KRE. There you go. KRE is the regional banking ETF. Here's another reason why I'm bullish. Okay, extremely bullish. I'm extremely next 18 months. Okay, I'm not talking about tomorrow. You left Ace behind. Where's Ace? You left Ace behind. Let me show this on here. Where is Ace at, bro? Fibonacci Poppy. What up, Fibonacci Poppy? Who are you, bro, on the TikTok? I know I'm trying to get the TikTok people over here. Way better charting on here. But yeah, bro, I don't know where Ace is at. I thought I hit up. Maybe I should hit him up. Let me let him know, bro. I need to get Ace on board. I don't think I messaged him on TikTok. I don't think I was able to message him because I don't remember. There's just too many people on there. But I did let people know I got scammed. Not scammed. I got rejected on TikTok for hating on gold. Basically, I just hated on gold. I was pro Bitcoin and they kicked me off. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, where's Ace at? Somebody message that guy. Somebody message Ace. I like Ace, man. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Do I follow him? I guess I'll have to. Well, maybe he'll see that I am streaming on here. Either way, right? So we're going higher. So KRE. So the reason why I am looking at KRE just for like a week. Oh, he is Ace, bro. Oh, you're Fibonacci Poppy, bro? Dang, sorry, man. Bro, my stupid. Bro, everybody has a different name. Everybody got a different name. So so I had to learn all these names in my head, and I suck with names. I'm not that great with names. And then all of a sudden, your guys' names changed, and I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on here? But hey, what up, Ace? Yeah, I know, bro. I got to get used to this. Hey, this might be better though. I like this. Look, you see the whole chart on here, Ace. Glad you guys are here. It's nice to see you guys. I was wondering where you're at, dude. Left us behind. Yeah, I'm back. TikTok got me, but you know what? TikTok is cool, but it just has too many issues anyway. It's not as efficient with the content. I will say that. Just because I got banned now, I don't like it. Nah, but anyways, I'm talking about how bullish I am. Oh, Ace, the macro is so bullish. Yeah, it's a better view. The macro is just so bullish right now. So we were talking about home construction, basically the housing. And I'm gonna come out with the post. Hopefully you guys are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the newsletter, the macro newsletter, so you can stay up to date with the changes in the macro. Right? Go check that out. Damn, Opendoor still moving higher. Tesla getting crushed. Great. Keep my eye on some things down here. Amazon might do that. Okay, blah blah. Anyways, so KRE is the regional banking ETF, and basically, when it collapses, the Fed's balance sheet goes higher. Right? Why? Because once the regional banks fall apart, a lot of people's deposits are there. So the Fed, the Treasury, they're not going to let banking deposits disappear. So what they do is they create a program. The last program was the bank term funding program, right? And we might see that go even higher. The BTFP. So it's called BTFP, Bank Term Funding Program. I spelled that right. Right? BTFP. Just trying to be creative here. See if we can get this working. There we go. So you got BTFP. Can I move this? Damn. All right. So you got the Bank Term Funding Program, which is basically fed liquidity into the capital markets to keep the banks from, falling apart. Now, the thing is, people say, well, that didn't go straight into stocks. Well, bro, it doesn't matter. The market is looking ahead. If the banking sector is saved during this downside, the market's going higher. Plus, price just doesn't lie, right? Price doesn't lie. Price leads everything else. which is why people get so confused. Dude, oh, there we go. Here we do it. There we go. Now we got it. Bank Term Funding Program. There we go. All right, so that's what this basically represents, the Bank Term Funding Program from the Fed and the Treasury. And as long as this is in place, if the KRE rolls over again, which it looks like it could, maybe it recovers, but if KRE rolls over again, you're going to see more BTFP and you're going to see more Fed liquidity. And we know Fed liquidity drives the market more than anything, not just Fed liquidity, total liquidity. But like I said before, not only do we have Fed liquidity, now we have, do you think Tesla can, oh, I'm sorry, Dodgeball, I didn't even see your comment earlier. I was on that rant. Here, I'll put this up so I can remember it. This will be a way for me to come back to it. Oh, now we have the Biden stuff, and I'm going to keep repeating it, but now we have the fiscal stimulus, right? The internet, $42 billion of internet. So KRE is going higher. That's why when I hear all this, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going down because, student loans are going to have to be repaid and, the banks are in trouble and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're in cash. You're not in the market and you're pissed because it's going higher. And you better get on this next dip because this is the last dip, in my view. This is the last dip before we go to all-time highs. Hopefully it dips lower, for some people to catch a bid, but it's going to get bought up. We're watching that right now. We're keeping our eye on this. Anyway, so Fibonacci, Poppy, Ace. Let's see. Last week, Thursday, price action screwed me. Hard fake out. Trading alone sucks on SPY. Yeah, big fake out, bro. Well, hey, we're here. We're back. That was a big fake out. You're talking about, was it Thursday? So you're looking at last Thursday. Let me go to SPY really quick. I want to see what you were looking at, bro. So last Thursday, oh, big fake out to the downside and it ripped higher. I'm thinking that's what you're talking about, huh? This right here, this price action. Okay, let me go to that 5-minute. Actually, I have to change this to my trader. I think I have the 5-minute, like 90-day on here. No, I don't. Where's my 5-minute 90-day? Should be on here. Unless this is it. This feels like it. Oh, yeah, there it is. 5-minute 90-day. So last Thursday, the fake out last Thursday on SPY. It was right here. I'm pretty sure he's speaking to this section right here. Right? That big fake out, because we put in some lows the day before. And I don't remember what the economic data was, but Thursday morning we gap lower. A lot of resistance on that gap. So obviously this red line is our gap. Right? Rejection. And then you probably shorted. I'm thinking you got short. Engulfing candle on the daily. Okay, you were looking at the daily. I could see that. And then we ripped higher, came back down. Yeah, there was a lot of shakeout. There was a lot of shakeout on that day. I wonder what it was. What I do peep out here though is this this big wedge leading into the next day. Not that it matters. I just like to always draw it to keep my mind fresh. Yeah, so that was a lot. That looks like that was a big fake out. And you know what that really means, Ace? And I think anyways that there's a lot of people who want to get long S&P, which is why yes, there's going to be downside pressure, there's going to be some slips to the downside, but ultimately there are too many buyers who are in cash who don't want to miss this rally. That's to put it in basic, simple terms. There's too many buyers in this rally that don't want to miss it. Nobody really believes the recession, we're going lower narrative. They just say it because they're afraid that they're wrong, but they're still buying. They're still buying the dip. That's what I've come to realize on this cycle, this upturn type, this uptime ups. That's what I've come to realize on this new cycle that's starting to turn up. Oh, you went long. What the heck, bro? Okay, so you went long and then you got faked out. Man, I'm totally off.
Stupid.
Thought you went short, bro. So you got faked out here going long. What time did you enter? I kind of want to see where you entered at. This is Thursday, right? Am I off? I'm pretty sure this is Thursday. You went long on Thursday. Where did you get faked out at? What time of day was it that you got faked out? Okay, so Spike Dodgeball, do you think Tesla is consolidating? Yes, I do believe Tesla is consolidating. I said when it first had its big upside move, I wanted to come back to 235. If you remember on TikTok, damn it, Open Door is still running up. I'm really hurt right now. And the narrative makes sense. The housing market is bottoming. So, Open Door does look really good. You went long though. Well, okay, I guess we'll come back to it, but a lot of fake outs definitely going on. All right. I want to see. Dang, look at this thing run up. Are we getting like elevated volume here too at the same time? Sheesh. Should have just stayed in it. But when you feel this type of pain, something goes up without you, you just let it go. You just let it go. If it keeps going, it keeps going. Got in at 434.66 and I never took profit because of how we closed on daily. Oh, you got faked out. Okay, so you got faked out, bro. You held into the next day, huh? I need a little more information here. Did you hold into the next day? Was that what it was? Yep, sure did, huh? You held into the next day. That's what it was. Now I see it. 434 60. So nice entry. So you just held it into the next day because of that daily candle. And then we headed into Friday. That was last Friday. We headed into last Friday. So what was last Friday anyways? I just want to do a little recap for you traders. Do a little recap. I need some coffee. I'm about to go grab some coffee. And I need a freaking protein bar. I need a protein bar, but they were all out, bro. All those protein bars I'd been eating, they're sold out. Everybody's buying them up. Pissing me off. Now I got to make big orders. So if you're in the protein bar making business, shout out to you because you're probably making money. Because people want to be healthy to some degree. So I'm looking at last week, previous week. Thursday was the Fed's testimony. That's when we went up higher. And then Friday was more Fed talk, but it was Bullard and Bostic, S&P Global Flash. We went lower. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So you looked at everything, the macro, and you're like, okay, we should be heading higher. To me, it always takes a couple more days. Ooh, okay. That makes sense. To me, it always takes a couple days, I've noticed, before we really get the rally, unless it was like really, really good news. So I would say right now, the thing I trust probably the most is seeing consistent consolidation. So you did catch that move. You didn't take no profits. You already know that. You held into the next day, which you could have still held if you had more, maybe one contract and then you take that loss. I don't think it's a bad trade. You read it correctly, typically, but going into Friday, right? The market is just, I don't like to hold unless it's like I'm going into Wednesday, going like Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday. At least initially, I don't want to hold. So that's my thing is going into Friday, you can hold into Friday, but we had that big gap down. And I'm trying to think what had happened. There might have been some type of geopolitical stuff happening. Something might have happened on that Friday. And so maybe it was still a good trade. But yeah, we got crushed. That thing opened up so low, which is why I always say interpreting the macro is so important. And it doesn't just give you a daily signal. It's really like, okay, should I wait a little bit? Should I hold on here? What's going on? And what I'm seeing is I think bigger term swing trades are on. I think big long-term swing trading is back. Swing trading is back. But that is what I'm best at. So I know some people are best at day trading. I'm better at swing trading, looking at the big picture and figuring out what's going on here. So I'll go to Tesla, Spike Dodgeball. I know you were asking about Tesla. You got wrecked, man. That does hurt, bro. The daily candle looks sweet. Got wrecked, man. I was hurt. True. That dude, Ace. Poor A. Hey, pray for Ace, man. Sorry, I know that's not the best, but pray for Ace. He almost, he almost ended it. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, bro, you got wrecked. It happens. True. Just wasn't expecting that gap down. That was a big gap down. PMI services wasn't that bad. Manufacturing was decent as well. Yeah, I think more than anything, the real data when it comes to the PMI, and I'll just say this, is going to be the ISM data. So that PMI flash stuff, there's going to be an initial reaction from it, but it's not the real manufacturing data, which means you could still take a trade based off it, or you can still read it, but just understand that there's algos that are going to punch in. And more importantly, what is the ISM, the Institute of Supply Chain Management, what is the ISM saying more than anything, not just the global. So the global PMIs are measuring like, overseas stuff, whatever. The ISM is measuring the US, just in the US domestically. Is that the right word? Domestic. So hey, it happens. It happens, man. It happens. What can you say? It happens. You learn from your mistakes. You look back and say, well, shoot, what mistake did I make? I think what it is when the Fed is speaking, I just do not trust price action. That's how I am. I do not trust carry through when the Fed is speaking. That is my rule. When they have to speak, I do not trust any carry through. You just don't know. It's just going to go back and forth. So I don't trust it. Now, let's say you got in super early, you're already up and you're swing trading. That's different. You can hold because you have a cushion. But if you don't have any cushion, don't trust the Fed. Yeah, don't trust the Fed, man. All right. So looking at Tesla on a daily chart, though, yeah, it's consolidating. Let me pull up the macro for you. I don't know if you're still here. Yeah, 100%, bro. No problem. I don't know if you're still here, Spike Dodgeball, but Tesla is consolidating. I want to do a little analysis on this. I just got to get the right chart up. Got to get the right chart up. All right. I know this is so full, bro. I marked this up so bad. I need to just erase it and start over, huh? But I have so many things on here. Should I just erase this? I'll just erase it and rechart it. Clear draw set. All right. So let's take a look at Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla here. Now, looking at the not the daily, let's start with the weekly chart. So looking at the weekly chart, we want to look at the big picture first. Tesla is obviously in a secular bull market, right? Secular as in this thing is a monster. It is, best-selling car right now, Model Y. Out of all the automakers, it has the most revenue. It's generating the most revenue year over year. And the margins are still good. I mean, they cut their margins, but that was to gain more market share. And now they're already increasing prices. They didn't cut their margins. They cut the prices, which cuts the margin, blah, blah, blah. Either way, Tesla is, in my view, the best automaker by far. It's not even just an auto company. It does a bunch of things. Robotic labor, blah, 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 dojo, all this good stuff. So keep that in mind. That narrative is important because what it does is it says, this thing has momentum because of what it could do. Now, marking it up, right? We had this big downtrend that we've been looking at for a while. And I know people will mark this thing, but this is not that accurate to me. You could do that, but it's so capitulative, as in it moves so crazy. I want to get a clear downtrend. So that downtrend that I'm going to draw, and I guess you could say, I'm being a little biased here. I think the real downtrend is from the second high, right? I think we've already broken the downtrend. So this is the downtrend I'm looking at. That doesn't even look right. but I think we've broken the downtrend. So the most important thing is the macro downtrend is broken. You could even take it from here. Here we go. And we know that because we got so much lift out of this one. Let me take this off. We got so much lift off of this 50-day or 50-week moving average. So I like that better. It looks a lot cleaner. Look at that. It's like pretty straight. It's a lot cleaner. You want to see 430. I think 435 is where we start. I think there's a gap at 435. And the thing about Tesla is it doesn't matter when the narrative kicks in and the shorts are getting squeezed. It does not matter what your technical levels are. It's just going to go higher. And we've already seen that. This doesn't happen all the time, though. Don't get me wrong. I just think we're in that area where the market is turning up, liquidity is coming in, inflation is dropping like a rock, the macro is starting to improve, the narrative is kicking in, and this thing's going much higher. And when it squeezes, it squeezes. This happens only once in a while, which is why I'm so excited to look at Tesla, because you're not going to get this all the time. In the next 18 months, it's going to slow down, and or at some point, it's going to blow off top, and then it goes right back to regular price action. But at this point, it is not regular price action. So on the weekly chart, we're above the 200 daily moving or weekly moving average. We're above the 50 weekly moving average. We're above the 100. Well, we were above the 100. Now we're getting rejected by the 100 weekly moving average. All right, so we're seeing that. The uptrend, if you want to draw it, you could draw it like, sideways, but either way, that's where we're at. We're breaking. Okay. Now going to the daily chart, what do we see? Extreme golden. We're seeing golden crosses. A lot of these golden crosses. We're seeing the triple golden cross. So we already have the 50 crossing above the 100, right? Now the 100 is crossing the 200, and now we're getting the 100 cross the 200. So it's a triple golden cross, and that is taking place right now, which is why, when it does find support, and we need the overall market to find support too, don't get me wrong, but I think we're finding that this week, by the end of the week, possibly. Here, he's throwing up some stuff. I'll keep this up here. Oh, no, not that one. Here we go. I want to see 430. 1 hour volume on SPY isn't increasing. All right, so we're seeing that triple golden cross here on Tesla. Look, when Tesla shows a triple golden cross, boy, you better be ready to ride the wave. And I know people are like, no, you know what? You're over it, bruh. You don't know what's coming. Like, this thing is going to pop. It already did. That was leg one. That was just FOMO one. The overall market had FOMO one. That was the first squeeze in the market. Now we're going to get a second squeeze in the market once everybody says, oh, SHIT. I don't want to cuss on here. I don't even know, I don't want to get, who knows? I got to follow these rules. I love to follow rules. Nope. But either way, this second FOMO wave is going to be insane, in my view. It's going to be Bitcoin and Tesla, really the mega caps that move the most. Not Amazon. Amazon has room to run. Not Google. Not Meta. Meta has room to run. Not Apple. Apple will slowly grind higher. Microsoft will slowly grind higher. But Tesla and Bitcoin as a mega cap, right? I know Bitcoin's not a stock. They're going to have the most upside by far, especially coming out of a macro cycle where liquidity starts to come into the system on a global scale. Remember, Tesla is in Europe. It's in Asia. It's going into India. Like, people just can't fathom or understand how much potential there is while the liquidity cycle is turning up. So that's what I want to just establish that fact first. Number two, okay, we're getting that triple golden cross. So where's the support? Obviously, you could put it somewhere around here. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let me mess this chart up. There's clear support obviously we got clear support at this previous level, right? Which is like 436. Well, you know what? Let's just match it with the gap. It's pretty clear here that the gap, right? That 435 gap is our support. Maybe we come back to 425. I don't think so. I think that's it. We fill the gap. You know what? No, I'm not even going to do that. That looks stupid. Let me redo this. I'm going to say 435. Here we go. 435 over, and you can clearly see the gap, right? So that's it. That's our support. Once we fill that gap, I think that's it. Given the overall market starts to turn up at the same time, right? That's what I'm looking at. Given the overall market starts to turn up at the same time. So those are the moving averages. Now, if you go to the quarterly moving averages, right? Shout out to Shout out to Jessica Inskip on CNBC. She showed me how this works. Shout out to you, Jessica. If you're on there, well, you're probably not on here, but either way. So quarterly moving averages, you're looking at the quarterly, you're looking at the, and this is on the weekly, you're looking at like the quarter. So the last quarters of price action. You're also getting a triple golden cross starting to happen. You get the, I believe, dang, I haven't looked at this for a while. This is the 14 moving average. Is this 14? What is it? No, 13. My bad, 13. So the last one quarter of, it's really the earning cycle. So the last one quarter crossing above 2 quarter, golden cross, 1 quarter crossing above 3 quarters, golden cross, and now we're starting to get 2 quarters of data crossing above 3 quarters of data. So we're getting another triple cross. There's all these, the first leg, everybody thinks Tesla blew off top. That's it. It's going to consolidate sideways. No, I think the overall market is also going all-time high. So pay attention here. So we're getting another golden cross here. We're moving higher. I think that is our support, right? Could we break lower? Sure. But you need the overall market to really, really, really roll over for that to happen. And I think this is the opportunity. So now we'll go into the 4-hour chart, right? Pretty clear that this is a consolidation zone. Let me see. Yeah, so if we feel that gap 435, I think that's it. 435. That's just what I'm saying. Yeah, we're in consolidation. And then also you want to see break of trend. Obviously, you want to see break of trend. Let me actually let me put this on because I like to, I'm gonna definitely look at this the right way. Break of trend. So taking off all those things, all the pre-market. Let's remove the pre-market. You're looking for a break of trend here on Tesla. So it's already in a steep trend. Ooh, this looks really good. I like this. I like this setup. This is clean. Yeah, you're looking for a break of trend here. This is taking off all that other stuff. And you're sort of also looking at this falling wedge. Actually, I'll draw it from here. Clear falling wedge here. So I think you're getting a falling wedge right into that previous support, and you just need SPY to start to turn up. Wow, SPY is turning up at the moment too. The Qs are getting above resistance. This is it. We're going higher. No, just kidding. So 1 hour volume on SPY isn't increasing, rejected here. I want to see 430. Okay, we'll go to SPY. So that's my valuation on Tesla. I think we could stay here. If we break the trend, it's on, right? 244. We really need to get above 247. I guess you could say 247, 250, 265 is the next one. I'm going to say somewhere around 250. You need to hold 250 and break the trend if we don't fill this gap. But if we do fill the gap, I'm looking for the overall market to also find support. And I think that's where you buy support, not financial advice, just my opinion. So here goes SPY starting to turn up a little bit. But again, we got Fed Powell speaking tomorrow, so I don't trust it. I don't trust the swing trade on this. I definitely don't trust the swing trade on this. Let's go back to that trader. We're at 832. I'm going to grab some coffee. Damn, I really miss my bars. I really miss my protein bars. Looks like I'm going to be losing some muscle today because I'm not going to get my protein. So yeah, here we go. We're going to head into 430, 450. I don't know if you see that, but I think we'll just get rejected there. There's no way we get above 430, 450 today. Not enough good news. Not good news. There's just not enough. There's too much headwind. There's too many headwinds in the short term. Too many headwinds in the short term. Okay, here we go. Dang, man. Open door. Nice move there. And now that I think about it, the housing market recovery should actually fuel this stock even more. Maybe I'm wrong. Is that Swedish? Yeah, that is Swedish. Oh yeah, I'll be doing a Swedish podcast on Instagram on Friday. For some traders, I'll be talking macro. By the way, tomorrow we are set. For some of you guys that were asking about real estate, I guess he's not even in here. The dude was asking about the real estate podcast. I'm gonna have a friend on that he does real estate, and he's going to talk about why, how to buy a house, or, what is the process of buying a house, of purchasing a house. And also he does real estate. If you're interested in asking questions on the comments, where that should be, I think that is scheduled for Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll post it on YouTube though. It'll be on the comments or the little post, however you do it. And we'll be talking about buying a house. What's the process, XYZ. So if you guys want to check that out. I kind of want to, I want to see if that is is that the best time? All right, cool. Yeah, let me solidify the schedule. It's either gonna be 9 Eastern. I think that might be kind of late though. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about real estate Wednesday. That's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow evening. We'll be talking real estate. I'm not a real estate guy, but hey, if you guys want to hear about real estate and how to buy a house, should you buy a house, right? Should you even think about buying a house? Like, what is the process, and is it of value? Then check us out tomorrow night. Oh, SPX, charting SPX versus SPY. Yeah, SPX. Is that how the market is responding to SPX a lot cleaner? Hey, markets change. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind now. Maybe for this cycle, you do change that up, but just keep in mind that markets do. I mean, you probably already know this, but markets do change on you. That did look like a breakout. Markets do change on you, and just got to go with it. Also, you could use ES futures, right? SPY futures, S&P mini futures. Also, people like to use these. See if there's any difference here. I know there's a difference with VWAP. It always looks different when it comes to VWAP. Got above the pre-market high. A little more resistance up here. But yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You got to definitely adapt when it's time to adapt. The Qs are starting to get above that level also. We're starting to see the Qs get above. Sorry. Is this? Oh, that's a 90-day. Qs are getting above that previous support that broke down. Do the Qs have more room? The Qs might actually have more room to run. 362.50. Yep, 362.50. Okay. So you're officially starting to turn Fibonacci bumpy. What do we at? 362.50. Yeah, that's the level for the intermediate level, I'd say. 365 for the Qs. I wonder if the Qs can get to 365. That'll be interesting. Qs possibly to 365. Advanced decline moving up a little bit. Dow, IWM. Man, is IWM making a run here? Damn it. Let me just do this. All right, there we go. IWM making a run. Ooh, IWM might make a run to 184. Maybe it pulls back a little bit. This thing has been on fire. It's been on fire lately. Look at that nice hold of previous resistance. Got above, pulled back, held. These are 5-minute candles. You get the 9 EMA pull in with it, moves higher. That would have been a nice trade. That would have been a very nice trade right there. IWM. See what else we got here. Amazon's starting to turn up. Man, Amazon with that second day play. I want to check the. Okay, that makes sense. I want to check, Isaiah. I saw that. I want to keep that in mind. I want to check the. Oh, did I move it? Let me check FinViz. See what's really in play. Also, it's probably too late. Everybody probably knows what's in play at this point. But I just want to see if there's any divergence. Mara, Coin. I guess we didn't look at Coin. Coin is in play. Roblox, Coin, Snow. Roblox, Coin, Snow. Okay. Let me see what the charts look like. See those 5-minute charts really quick. Mara, Coin. Ooh, Coin. Coin looks solid. Ooh, I like this. Check this out. Ooh, that is a clear bull flag. Clear little bull flag, even though it's super. I don't really like it that much. I guess it kind of looks weird. What are we looking like here on the daily chart? What do I think about ETH? Okay. We'll definitely do ETH. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab some coffee really quick, and then we'll talk about ETH, a little more about crypto. All right. I should change my glasses too. These ones hurt my head. Let me just mark this out. This might be a good breakout zone right here. So Ethereum, huh? I like ETH. I like ETH the most. On a technical basis, or just thinking about Ethereum in general, man, open door is climbing. Goodness, that's hurting me. Maybe I should have just held that and just took the risk. Always talk to myself a little bit about it, like, what mistake did I make? So Ethereum, it's like, okay, so Ethereum is second largest crypto. It is a blue chip, right? You got proof of stake versus proof of work. Bitcoin is obviously proof of work when it comes to the system. And that means that you could have, I don't want to say centralization. I mean, that's a technical term. Either way, Ethereum is proof of stake versus proof of work with Bitcoin. And you have possibly more validators with Ethereum. On a technical basis, Ethereum hasn't even broken out yet. It really hasn't broken out. And Ethereum always leads Bitcoin in general. Ethereum usually leads Bitcoin in general. I know they say Bitcoin leads, but Ethereum outpaces Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Let me see if I can get to these charts really quick. Actually, I could pull it up on here. It's just ETH futures. Floor, if you have TOS /ETH, it's going to be ETH futures. But this is not a log chart, so it's probably why I don't like it that much. It doesn't have the best macro log chart. So this is not bad though. So yeah, ETH on a technical basis is still trying to break out. It's breaking the trend, but it hasn't got much follow through yet. So it is breaking the trend. Now this is the daily chart. So you do have a triple golden cross starting to expand, which is super bullish. It's holding that 50-day EMA, right? I'm sorry, SMA. And what that means, that triple golden cross, we already went over this, 50 above the 100, above the 200, 100 above the 200, triple golden cross. Now it's starting to, what are those things called that people use to like fan? It's starting to fan out. There we go. It's starting to fan. So when you see this fan start to open up, I think there's a lot of momentum there for ETH to go higher versus Bitcoin. And also you have ETH to BTC chart, which you can't see on here. Oh, that weekly looks nice. You have the ETH to BTC chart that also is another signal for Ethereum outpacing Bitcoin. And that's not on here, but it's definitely something to keep your eye out with. See, how do I get here? I'm going to switch to it really quick. Since we got that, put this on the live stream. ETH to BTC. Here we go. All right. Oh, dang. ETH to BTC is falling apart at the moment. Oh, my gosh. No. Let's take VWAP off. Throw on those moving averages. So, yeah, we got Bitcoin dominance picking up, obviously, because the ETF is bullish for Bitcoin. That dominance is starting to climb. And you want this first because that means that the base layer of crypto in general, which BTC in general, I might start making a difference in BTC and crypto. It's not the same because crypto, in my idea, is like a new system where Bitcoin isn't necessarily a new system for decentralized finance. It's the base layer of real money, real collateral, kind of like gold was. Same thing. It's wishy-washy. You could put it back and forth. So ETH to BTC, right? That chart. 435, I'll wait for the retest and get in. If we wait, yeah, that's what I would say. I would definitely wait for that. ETH to BTC is, damn it, where's that chart at? Here it is. It's sort of falling, but this is the biggest wedge in crypto. I'm just kidding. There's probably other wedges in crypto, but this is a very, to me, I'm very excited to see this. If we see this break out, then it'll be the first time something really breaks against Bitcoin and starts to swallow the narrative of sound money. So I'm keeping my eye on this. Very monstrous chart here. If it does break out, there's a lot of resistance here, obviously, but the more consolidation, the better. We're still coming from the highs. ETH will have its turn. I believe there's going to be Ethereum ETF soon. I think we're going to see an Ethereum ETF eventually also as the Bitcoin ETF comes out, because it is classified as a commodity also. And it is the base layer to DeFi. I mean, you can't build DeFi without Ethereum. Nothing else is really competing against Ethereum. So yeah, Ethereum as sound money. They're burning their supply versus Bitcoin. How high can this thing really go? Let me throw the Fibonacci out there. So the last fib took us to the last time we had that fib retracement. It took us between the 2.618 and the 3.618. Took us between there, right? And if we do that again, let's say we get above the 2.618 from the last highs, and I know this isn't like a promise or anything, but hey, if the macro turns out good, then we're looking at a you know, we're looking at somewhere between $10 and $12,000 ETH, which from here, right, from this $2,000 price, 1,800, we're at 1,800. From here, we're looking at a 500. That's it, a 500% return. I think we do more than that. I think we easily do more than that. Wow, that's a weak fib. What's up with that? I think Bitcoin's is higher than that. Well, that's what the fib says. Fibs never lie. Just kidding. But yeah, at the minimum, I think we definitely go to 10K, in my view. At the minimum. That's what I would say. So yeah, looking at coin, as altcoins turn up, coin's going to be a monstrous investment. I just don't know if it's going to be that great in the intermediate term, because you know, a lot of altcoins probably will never make it back to all-time highs starting from now. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have the command. I can use the, let's see, what is the quick way to do it? There we go. Command shift. Got to get used to this. Now the Qs are above resistance, then you know, look at coin looks nice too. Coin looks nice. Let's go to the daily chart really quick on coin. Coin looks like it is breaking out above that 66. Maybe you go to what, 72? Do we take a trade on coin? Can coin get above this level? It's trying to. Fibonacci Poppy, a lot of buyers, a lot of buying power stepping in. We broke 435 today. I'll wait to retest, get in, just waiting on that spot ETF. Oh, you'll load up on the spot ETF? You want to buy the spot ETF, Ace? Man, they passed the leverage ETF. That's what's crazy. They passed the leverage ETF, but not the spot. So these dudes are really, really trying to short run everybody. Pretty slow here. 435 and retest. Coin. Is this the best setup right now? Coin gets approved. Fidelity and BlackRock. Ace, you're not worried that once it gets approved, you'll be buying Bitcoin essentially at like 45K versus 30K? You're not worried about that? See, is there any other movement going on here? I want to make one trade. Man, Meta's been on when Meta moves, it's been moving pretty nicely. Then it has a giant sell off. Huh. Meta's getting vertical right now. Apple's starting to break out a little bit. I don't know if this is actually sustainable though. Oh, okay. ETH is, well, you know what's going to be crazy is once that ETF does come out, people are going to get call options on it like crazy. I think that's why I'm like, man, Bitcoin's going to go wild. You know how many people are going to be able to leverage Bitcoin without going to these crazy exchanges? They're going to leverage it with People love leverage. They're gonna leverage it for sure. Apple is starting to break out a little bit. Nice bull flag on Apple. I never trust coin. Coin is really hard to trust. Coin is really hard to trust. Like, what the heck is going on? Nice bull flag on Apple, though. Headed for maybe 188 today. That'll be sort of a long hold, though. See, does Tesla have a chance to move up from this move? Not necessarily. Goldman blames UK inflation on the Brexit deal. Sure. I wonder if there's any CNBC articles that are just coming out. Let's see. Let's see if we got anything good. See if we got anything good. Man, I don't know. Energy stocks, we'll see. They better be solar. No, I'm just kidding. Energy stocks do pretty good, but I am very bearish on oil at this point. I'm pretty focused on oil. I mean, ETH. I mean, what am I saying here? I'm getting the comments mixed up with my thoughts. I want to see oil. I think oil goes lower. And I agree with you. I'm also focused on Ethereum. I'm a little more I'm actually focused on Chainlink because I'm definitely more of a risk guy, and I think that's going to be something that really moves. Chainlink, possible 50x if you can hold it for 5 years. Possible. It's always possible. For sure, a 10x, like easy. I think Chainlink does an easy 10x. I think Chainlink does an easy 10x from here. What is it at $6? Open door so bullish, man. What is this? Yardini. Okay, here we go. We got some Yardini. If you're familiar with Yardini research, Ed Yardini, he's pretty cool. I like the dude. Check out SPY here. I think we're just gonna get rejected at the zone. I see people coming in to short this, possibly 434.50. Bunch of shorts pop in here. So this is Ed Yardini for this guy's cool. He does a lot of good research. So let's read this up, Ed Yardini, while we watch S&P. The perma bears will have to postpone their imminent recession yet again based on today's batch of U.S. economic indicators, which suggests that our rolling recession is turning into a rolling expansion. I agree 100%. The housing market is starting to bottom 100%. The housing market seems to be recovering nicely from its recession that it's been in, which started early last year. The manufacturing sector is showing signs of bottoming, while non-defense capital goods orders, which today was durable good orders, also excluding aircraft. So yeah, we're taking out weapons and military, rose to a record high in May. Consumer confidence is improving. Oh, and I said the manufacturing is showing signs of bottoming. I don't know about that. Maybe he's right, but a lot of the PMI data, it's still pretty low. A lot of the purchasing manager indexes are still, pretty recessionary. while durable goods are actually rising and the home indexes are actually rising. And I'm charting this up. I'm going to send it out in a post pretty soon, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Consumer confidence is improving. We saw that last week as job openings remain plentiful. Even though they're falling, there's still a lot more jobs, which is good. Notwithstanding all these upbeat developments for the economy, regional surveys of prices paid and received remain deflationary. Yeah. So prices paid, which are regional surveys for manufacturers or whatever it is, the service versus the manufacturing economy, all the prices paid for the supply chains are lower. So there's no structural inflation when it comes to that. No supply side inflation, as we've been calling for a long time. We're not seeing that. And that means that disinflation is more fuel for the market and the Fed to pause. It also supports our rolling expansion with disinflation, which is literally the bullish scenario, the most bullish scenario. The market is slowly starting to expand where it was contracting while inflation is also falling. Which would confirm our okay. Yeah. Yep. And the fact that the bond market, like the yields are still high, kind of signals that it is strong, right? Bond yields elevated is still is basically, yeah, the cost of capital is high because we're expanding. I still think it falls eventually. $245. Okay. Here we go, S&P into this level. Oh, I know. Yeah, help me reach let's get the likes up on here. I've never asked for that, but I think you can only do one like anyway. But I appreciate it, Dimaj. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll do the YouTube. YouTube seems to be a little more efficient, so I'm gonna stick to this, and I'm gonna stick to this for now. I just need to get some other things working correctly. But yeah, I appreciate it. We'll get the YouTube up. It's just a better platform to stream on anyway. A lot cleaner charts. So yeah, things are looking good. Anyways, S&P, here we go. S&P pulling into that previous resistance zone. And it looks like we're going to get rejected here. If we get above this, I'd be surprised. Now, me personally, if I'm still watching Tesla, I love Tesla, obviously, not just because I'm used to the price action, but if we do get above this pre-market high, which is also yesterday's resistance, I might actually get in shares here and look for a big upside flush, not flush, but a melt up. And if we melt up, I will hold it overnight. But if we don't get high enough, I need to take it off. I did that last week. It was a couple of weeks ago. We got above 265. It was right here. And I think I got in right here at 261 because of this wedge pattern that I saw, or this not wedge pattern, but this bull flag. I saw bull flag, got in late too. This was really the trade. Got in late. I was looking for the gap up, and I think this was the same day that Ace got in. This was the same day Ace held. Ace, I didn't get killed because I wasn't holding options. I never do that on options. I never do that on options. You get smashed. So I was doing shares, and I'm not trying to talk smack about Ace at all, but that's just I get it, learning lesson. So shares, I saw the pre-market gap down in pre-market. I was like, oh hell no. So I got out. I got out luckily somewhere around here, 262, 263. I think I lost like, oh wait, no, I was up on it actually. I was still up on it. I didn't lose anything because I got in a little earlier than that pre-market high. And then we got resistance. We went lower. So I'm still looking to enter on Tesla some more shares. I want to enter shares. I want to swing shares to the upside, not options, not yet, not options yet. Well, I already have options. So, yeah, YouTube's a lot more professional. 100%, bro. Yeah, YouTube's a lot better. Look at that. And you also have, I can do a lot of other things. I am so hurt about Open Door right now. I know it's probably annoying at this point, but Now that I literally think about it, this narrative is really strong, which is the housing market is recovering. Open Door is literally a real estate company. That's probably why it's moving higher. I should have looked at this morning on this pullback. There was a clear wedge pattern or clear entry point, and this thing just doesn't stop. What is it up? It's up 10% today. It's up 10% today. Can't win it all. But either way, the real breakout, right, is going to be not the real breakout, but as long as we hold above 3, like I've said, and now we're right back above 3. Dang, I should have stayed more patient. I just didn't want to lose money, bro. Got too scared. Sometimes you wuss out. 350 still is probably the last resistance, around 350. But those moving averages are definitely turning up. Let me see. I just want to peep this out while we're here. Look at I want to see the quarterly moving averages on the weekly to see if they are catching momentum. Oh, we're getting that triple. We're getting that triple golden cross too. Okay, triple golden cross on Open Door. So more confirmation. I'll just look to re-enter and pull back. Possibly. Oh, you know what it was? That's what got me out. Now I remember. Look at this big red candle. This is what got me out, bro. I saw that big red candle. That was the most sell volume that we've seen for a while. And last time that happened, right? Last time we got that much sell volume, we consolidated lower for a while. So I think that's what got me out. I saw that big selling pressure and I was like, dang, dude, this thing might crack all, maybe it doesn't work out. But it did have a bid today. I don't know if there's a whole lot of volume yet, but we'll see. Overall market still needs to get out of the zone that it's in either way. And here we go. S&P starting to test we got the S&P starting to test that level. Tesla's your top holding. Yeah, Tesla's a beast. I'm trying to see I want to see if Tesla can kind of break out of this right now. If it does, if it can break out of this zone, this might be the entry. Oh, you know what I forgot about? AMD. AMD, I think, has one of the best swing trade potentials. I think AMD has one of the best swing trade potentials, or is one of the best swing trade potentials. And are we triple bottoming here? We might have a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3. Made a new low, broke out. Of course, we want the overall market in your favor, but AMD being down this much, filling that gap at 108.50 twice, and then coming back above it right off PDC. Nice play. Let me zoom in here. What else did we see? Oh, okay. Yeah. Vertical right above okay, that was nice. So AMD, nice swing trade potential. But we have the FOMC tomorrow. So again, like this would have to be, I want to wait for the FOMC to finish. Yeah, I want to wait for Powell to finish speaking. Open Door, very undervalued, but at the same time, too cheap, can be manipulated. Very true. Yeah, it can be manipulated. It can be manipulated. So that's good. I definitely got to keep that in mind. It can be manipulated, which is why I wanted to see the blow. I just want to see it really catch some volume before, getting too excited. So that is 100% true. See anything else on the pipeline? So yeah, we're in a rolling. We might be in a rolling expansion. Uh-oh. So now I know the limit. What are we in now? We are in. I mean, that's fine. I'll switch it to this. We were in about two hours. Where's the time? Oh, there we go. 2 hours. So now I know my camera only lasts for 2 hours. That was fully charged camera. I have to get a better battery. That was sort of the test today too. How far can this thing go? SPY starting to get rejected. The Qs are above that level. I don't know. I think this is it for today. I think we're gonna pass out right here. I think we're sort of done. IWM looks kind of weak too. California DFPI orders Crypto FX LLC to halt operations, citing violations of California securities law violated by laws by offering, selling unqualified, blah blah blah. Okay. Russian oil firm. Oh, my bad. My bad. Yeah, it's pretty slow right now. Tomorrow will be a little more volatile. But the S&P does look pretty vertical. Like this was a big move. I think a lot of people shorting up here. A lot of people are definitely shorting up here. Is that a good zone to short? Should we try to short the S&P here? See that 30-minute chart. This could be a short play for sure. All right, turn on the other camera. Now that we're now that I know that camera's gonna get turned. Would you say, Dimaj, send 30 minutes one day? What did you mean to say there, bro? It's because it says, please send 30 minutes one day. We need to get you to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, I need to get those 1,000 subscribers for sure. We're close. We'll keep doing this. Man, this looks like a good short right into this, right into the zone. Let me see what that daily volume looks like here really quick. Do we get above this? Nah, there's a lot of resistance here. There's a lot of resistance at this level. 434.50. There goes the higher low. Oh, I see what you're saying. You can start earning at 1,000. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I definitely, that'll be great. That'll be great. I love it anyways. I love watching the markets, giving the macro outlook. If I can do this, that'll be perfect. And I appreciate your guys' support, dude. I really do. Appreciate it. You one dayers. Not one dayers, my bad. That's not what I meant to say. All right, so we're seeing that higher low start to take place. What are we looking like on the 5-minute? Got one capitulation into that zone. I can run CNBC on here too. We might see what they're talking about. Do you short this move? One. Short the S&P. Do you short the S&P? Do you think it goes higher? Oh, IWM is ripping again. Where's Soggy when you need him? Where you at, Soggy? Where you at, Soggy? Yassine, Soggy. I don't know where those guys are at. Wednesday. All right, let's see. 220 in. Look, it's looking kind of weak here. I know this is the 1 minute, so it's really quick, but there is a lot of resistance at 434. And I am starving. I am starving right now. Apple. Dang, there we go. Open door at 334. There's just not a lot of volume in there, to be honest. $434.50. See if we get that touch. I'm going to put the dollar up here. Ooh. And also the VIX, man. I know there's a lot of negativity about the VIX. People saying the VIX doesn't really work. Mark Newton, actually, I should release that video today. Mark Newton said that's bullcrap, that the VIX still works. People are overemphasizing it. People just like to make stuff up, I guess. But he said, nah, the VIX is still a good parameter for risk on positions. Oh, ooh. Oh, this is not my A+ setup here, but I do want to see how this plays out. Let's see, 5 minute, getting some consolidation at the 5 minute. Apple making new highs on the day. The overall market is still strong. I think Apple, Meta. Is it Meta too? Yep, Meta making new highs. Apple making new highs. Google is getting rejected. Tesla is still falling. Amazon is consolidating. I haven't even looked at NVIDIA. NVIDIA new high of day. That might be the rollover too. This might be the rollover for S&P. I know that's just the 1 minute, but I want to see. We might come back into V. Where's VWAP? Oh yeah, VWAP's way down there. So okay, here's the zone. Here's that previous support. What I want to see to get short S&P right now, it looks like the Qs are starting to roll over. The VIX might be stepping up a bit. What I want to see is you see this 9 EMA starting to cross below the 21 EMA. We're starting to see that cross. I want to see the price come back and get rejected with the wick. I want to see a wick right into that level. See if we get it. But the S&P might just be too strong. There we go. There we go. See if we get this rejection. It's not clear yet. Definitely not clear yet. Now we're starting to get the cross. Oh, what up? What up, bro? How you doing today? Football Legends, right? What up, Football Legends? I think I remember you are Football Legends. 100%. How's it going? What are you looking at today? Here it goes. Here goes the retest. That's a lot of support though. So we got the retest. See how much higher this thing goes. Now we got some volume coming in. VIX, no, VIX is not there. These are not my best plays, by the way. I just want to do some digging here. See multiple rejections. 434, 32. Let's get on that 1 minute. Added a bit to SoFi. Oh, okay, yeah, you got SoFi last night added to my Chainlink. I know you've been watching that Chainlink go higher, huh? Chainlink's all about tokenization. Chainlink is the infrastructure for tokenization to even really happen. The hell, bro? Did this thing just exit my trade? Okay, stronger than I thought. There's a lot of resistance here. Nothing more, just added. Yeah, Chainlink looks pretty solid. Chainlink does look pretty solid. And, really, the Bitcoin ETF is going to set crypto, in my view, in motion. It's almost too easy to read. So you get those people who just throw in all the details. Well, the Bitcoin ETF might actually not get passed. They're going to rug pull you, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is it, and they have to buy it. There's really no choice but to provide value for their clients, number one. Number two, Larry Fink is bullish on crypto in general. All right, new highs. Ooh, this looks like last week whenever S&P S&P wedged and then just broke out. We'll see. It got pretty elevated, then it got crushed. But that's bullish. Okay, that's bullish. Never entered the trade. No entry there. That's pretty bullish. I mean, it still might wick lower, but for the most part, no entry. Still hasn't hit 43.50 though. I want to see that reaction. Also, AMD's is flagging here. This might be the start to the AMD rally after today. We'll see. It might not even respond to the S&P going forward. Okay, big candle to the upside. Nice. And if you get above this level, then maybe you look at some indies. Whoa, look at that push. Big breakout. Where you at, Ace? Still watching this? Yeah, they got squeezed. Those shorts got squeezed. That's what that was. A lot of people got stopped out right there. So the S&P, I got to get used to doing this, man. Nice move for the S&P. Maybe the shorts pile right back in. Let's see if this engulfs the candle. Or if it holds. Uh-oh, it's literally holding 434.50. Okay. Sellers trying to come in here. The volume is finally starting to step in. Dang. Big 1 minute red candle. Big rejection there. Advanced decline is actually picking up. We got advanced decline actually picking up here. There might be some puts right here. Let's say this thing starts wicking. Ooh, yeah, it's a lot of red volume. If we do get some wicks, then your stop is over this level. See, what are we missing here? 433.61. That's where it got to yesterday. So we actually got above that. Starting to find support. So S&P starting to actually find support at this level. Okay. 434.50. I don't know. Is this a fake out? This might be the rally. Now that we're holding that level. Excuse me. What, 435? Okay, so we got some more resistance at 435. We'll mark that up. But you can't argue that wasn't a big level right there. That was definitely a big level. Because it consolidated right beneath it. Definitely consolidated right, and then it blew past it, came back, supported the level. So 433, 434.50, big level for S&P. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. 434.50, and then next level, 434. Well, really, this is what you got. You got all this between these lines. See if I can make that bigger. There we go. That's a little clearer. Pretty sure that's the level right there. Yep. Nice support. And if it keeps this up, then you got resistance and support now. See if it keeps this up. Uh-oh, starting to get that wick. Man, this is like super micro. Man, if they're going to short, they're going to short right here. If they're going to short, they're going to start shorting this. And AMD is setting up again? Sheesh. Man, AMD looks like it is setting up for an end of day rally. We'll see. But yeah, couldn't get above that level. There's still support down here at 434.50, so I wouldn't get too. Do you see a good entry point for a Palantir? For a trade or for an investment or for a position, right? Trade as in next 2 weeks or today. Investment as in obviously you're going to hold it for the end of the cycle. Position trading maybe the next 6 months. Those are all going to be different. So we got one support, two. This might be the second support. I want to see one more support. Haven't really done this for a while, but I want to see one more support. Investment. Oh man, I'd be buying it right now. If it's an investment, I'd be buying Palantir. They're already ripped back like 20%. Ooh. Yeah, Palantir already ripped back 20%. One more pullback. I'll show you on the other chart. Yeah, Palantir holding above 15 is pretty bullish. As long as, and the reason I say that, because as long as the overall market continues, right? As long as the overall market continues, dang, this is way better. This is so much better. As long as the overall market continues, got down to what, 1350? So Palantir definitely W pattern, reverse head and shoulders. Right now it is ripping above previous resistance. So 1450. If it holds above 1450, man, I'd be buying Palantir. 1440 was the previous support like 4 days ago, 1450. That turned into resistance for 2 days. Now it's getting above 1450. So Palantir right now, there's a good entry point in my view. Really good entry point. I'm looking at it on a different chart because I'm going to keep this. I want to see SPY hold again. That's already 1, 2. I want to see a third support on SPY on this. Yeah, this is the 1 minute. I get it. It's pretty quick, but I want to see one more hold. So yeah, Palantir looks solid. And this is the zone of accumulation for Palantir anyway. So if it holds 1440, bro, like As long as it holds 1440 going forward, Palantir is going to be solid. Man, AMD is really setting up. Oh, it's holding that 9 EMA now. S&P holding the 9 EMA. This is so much better than TradingView when it comes to the micro. Qs are turning up. VIX starting to roll over. Uh-oh, new highs. So it is okay, so that slowly grinding higher. They're squeezing these shorts. And now you're getting AMD start to turn up. Okay, let's see if it can hold 9 EMA. Wow, that was a pretty solid hold on the 9 EMA. Yeah, that wick was literally perfect on the 9 EMA. Perfect wick on the 9 EMA. So now we know that's in play. It's pushing to 435. Ooh, yeah, just busting right through resistance. All right, so we're going to 435. Now now AMD is trying to break out. $435. That was quick. So it quickly moved to 435. 9 EMA is definitely support. Yeah, open door ripping off the moon. And I'm pissed because I got out yesterday. But it is what it is. All right, so this is the last. 435 is really the last resistance here for SPY. If we get above this level, man, if we get above this level, then I might actually, when we start ripping, I'm actually looking at Tesla because it's still a lagger. 248. If SPY just starts ripping, I think Tesla gets that leg back in. There's that first rejection. I mean, Tesla still has a lot of R-vol too. And it is holding VWAP. Dang, is S&P going to get a butt? Maybe it does a run up into the Fed meeting. Maybe we just get a run up into the Fed meeting. Yeah, over 430. Man, okay, AMD is just crawling now. Here comes the buyers into AMD. It's still at the lows though. Like AMD is still at the lows. I wouldn't get FOMO today. The real buy would have been at PDC. But I think the buyers are back on AMD. I think the buyers are back. The real question is, when does the market find support? When does the market actually find support and start breaking that downtrend? Oh man, that looks gross. That's too thick. Let me nail this down a little bit. That's way too thick. That's intraday anyway. Oh, rotation, yeah. Buyers push one ticker higher than sell. Go, yeah. There's a rotation. It's a stock pickers. It's a stock pickers market. So you're seeing rotations happening. Rotation out of one into the other. We are pressing against, like, 435 is the zone right now for the S&P. 435. Let me draw this back to the 30-minute chart. Dang, that's a strong, man, nothing but up on the 30-minute. Nothing but up. So we got past zone 1. Now we're at zone 2. Okay, we are at zone 2 now. AMD starting to catch a bid. Now Tesla's starting to catch a bid. If the S&P rips above this 435, you know what's funny? The S&P looks exactly like Tesla. That's crazy. They look very similar. So Tesla might be bottoming here. I think Tesla is bottoming here. Here we go, the break of the wedge. Now I am gonna have to stop at some point and go get some food, but I think I'm gonna get long Tesla here. At least start an order. Now that we have S&P above 435, Qs are moving up. Hopefully it does hold. So if we're at the bottom, if we are at the bottom, then we're at the bottom. Ethereum ripping higher. We're getting some risk coming into the market. Ethereum's ripping. Chainlink's at 624. Bitcoin at 37. 3070. AMD, man, that was nice. Nice trade on AMD. But I like this. I like this hold. If S&P keeps holding that, then I like this breakout for Tesla. At least out of this down wedge. It's still in play. It's still in play. This is a giant daily wedge. Oh yeah, that was a nice hold. All right, I'm long Tesla. I'm long Tesla. Looks like it's starting to play out. I'm long Tesla. Dang, we're quickly climbing above the previous resistance. Yep, here we go. Pre-market highs are right here, what, 245, 246. These people are gonna have to stop out. These people are gonna have to stop out as Tesla moves higher because there's a lot of RVol. This might be the bottom. We got down to 241. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe we can still go back to 235. We don't know. But either way, I want to enter some at the bottom here. And you never know. The SPY could rip to 238 today, right? S&P could rip to 238 today. Look at that, really quickly above 235. Really quickly above 235. So now we're getting above that previous resistance on the S&P. We are now above it. We're headed to close the gap at 436.50. So here's our next level, 436.50 S&P. Actually, you know what? Let me just do this. Keep that red. Turn this. So now our support, we haven't turned it into support yet, but very possible. So S&P's ripping, man. S&P's ripping. It's quickly getting above the last couple of days of consolidation. We do have the Fed meeting tomorrow, but we're closing the gap. S&P is closing the gap. Likely has a pullback. Cool. I don't care. I'm looking at Tesla. Now that I know the S&P is filling the gap, I see momentum. I'm going to try to play the momentum from Tesla. And if I go back, I see some buy signals either way. Ooh, I didn't mean to go on that chart. That's a little messy. There was a buy signal this morning. Where is it? Okay, nice little pullback on the 1 minute. That daily wedge. There's that daily wedge. Broke above downward channel. Oh, Chainlink on the daily or on the weekly. Yeah, I'm not even worried about chain. Honestly, with crypto, like the cycle's going higher. I'm very, very convinced crypto is just going much higher. So technically, I don't even care. When it comes to crypto, when it comes to crypto in this type of cycle, right? I don't really care. I want to buy fear. So when Chainlink broke to $4.98, I just bought the fear. I didn't get in at that exact price, but I just bought the fear. Versus like stocks, it's a little, crypto's asymmetrical. That Bitcoin ETF is going to rise. Plus, I'm not looking over the next couple days. I want to hold this for the next 12 to 18 months. So I'm buying fear when it comes to Chainlink. It's a position trade. VIX is actually rising right now. This is weird. The VIX is going higher and the S&P is going higher. What does that tell us? That's a weird that's weird. Advanced decline also is starting to come up. All right, where's our pre-market high? Let me make sure I got this marked on Tesla. Pre-market high is here. Yesterday's consolidation also. We had some consolidation yesterday. We got to get above this level. 47. Let me pull back a little bit. we could be bottoming. Look at that pre-market bottom, a lot of wicks moving higher. Clarity is above 247. I got a starter position in. We're at the bottom of the bull flag. We're coming off the previous zone. You got a buy signal down here. Yes, it can roll over, like I said, but the overall market is starting to get over its resistance level. And that's gonna, and I love to trade the overall market, right? That's my confirmation. I don't have an edge either other way. My edge is the overall market is in my favor. That's my edge. See it, see the pattern, overall market in my favor. Here we go. Oh, BB, it's an interesting Bollinger Band. Okay. Is this on TOS, by the way? Yeah, VIX is elevated. IWM just broke above resistance. What's going on? While this is up there, let me double check, see if there's something coming into the market. What the heck is this? Oh, shoot. I need to get rid of this. All right. For also Ross Gerber, there we go, Tesla. Wait, what? I'm looking at the wrong chart here. Oh, is this frozen? Does it freeze when I move over? Dang, I didn't realize that. Maybe it does freeze. Anyways, Ross Gerber was displaying his fully autonomous driving yesterday around California. And I think full autonomous is the narrative is at least coming. I know markets are a lot of emotion. The narrative is coming. Oh, it's on TradingView. Okay, it's called the Badass BB is in the name. Okay, it's a Bollinger Band, Badass BB. All right, I'll check it out. But I want to see Tesla come back and hold. It's pretty elevated right now, so got a little position in there. We can definitely end higher of day. Let me see. Does this pause? I don't know if it is. If it is pausing. I'm trying to see so I know for sure. Oh, it's a Wyckoff. Okay. Is this for looking at the daily charts? I'm looking at it right now, bro. These Bollinger Bands. Let me go through a couple macros to see if I see anything on this Bollinger Band. How do you use this? Football Legends, are you using this on like daily charts? This for daily charts or what? But I have it on here right now. I guess I'll see how this works. I'll have to YouTube it to see how it actually works. Looks kind of weird. Maybe I'm on the wrong one. I think that's it. Basically badass Bollinger Bands, right? All right, here's the pullback on Tesla. Also, are we getting the S&P? Are we getting the S&P hold 435? We got to hold that 435. So here comes S&P. Obviously, right? I have it in this square here. You know what? I can make these bigger, huh? I can make these bigger. It might be better on the screen, actually. Might be a little better for the viewer to see. Let's see. How can I improve this? Do I want to see? Got the VIX here, IWM at the bottom. Yeah, this isn't bad. So Qs are at resistance. They might see if they hold. See if the S&P holds. Here's that pullback for Tesla I was talking about. We need to hold this level 248. Qs are holding. I'm going to scale in a little more here. We basically have to hold 245.80 for me to keep this scale. Actually, I should have waited. That was actually bad advice right there. Not that it was advice, but that was bad patience for me. I should have waited for the break of this trend. Oops. Yeah, I should be waiting for the break of that trend. In this case, anyhow, you know what? I'm good. Let me take some off. Let me take this back off. That was stupid. Can the Qs hold 435? I'm sorry, S&P hold 435. Let's see. VIX pulling back. Wow, the market is moving with the VIX. That is very interesting. All right, couldn't get above those pre-market highs. Right back to break even. Now we're below 435. Do we trend higher from here? See if we either trend higher from here or that's it. All right, Q's catching a small bid. Looking good, looking good. Not bad. Let's see if this guy responded. Okay, 6 p.m. All right, looks like we're gonna have that real estate slash buying a house podcast on YouTube tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we're gonna do it. Okay, cool. So let me put that in the chat. SPY is holding. Either way, I'll send out a message. I'm just throwing it on there to remember. All right, so SPY is still holding. Qs are not holding though. Cool. All right, we'll get that going tomorrow. Heavy SPX call buying today, both zero dated. Okay. Maybe they're stopping out now. See if this makes sense. So there's a account spot gamma, heavy SPX call buying. Nothing on the put side. We might hold. We might be holding here. Look at those nice wicks. We definitely might be holding here. All right, S&P is now stepping up. You can see it here on the left. That resistance level is 435. The Q is getting rejected though. We'll see how this ends up playing out. Yeah, what did AMD do? We got to hold 435. Ace called it earlier. We have to hold 435 if we're going to see any follow through. And that's where we're at right now. 434.50 broke through. So I think there's momentum to the upside, which is why I'm taking a long. Not on the overall market because it's too tricky. It's way easier to say, okay, the market is bullish. So let me look at something that still has a pattern that can move. So that's why I'm watching this. I mean, this is what, 1 minute? That's not really that great of information. Now we're getting rejected at that level. Got to hold the 9 EMA. SPY looks pretty weak. AMD folding. Dang, open door is still climbing. Wow. What an update. Ooh, okay. Starting to barf now. S&P rolling over. Bro, what the heck? S&P holding that previous support line. Let's jump into it really quick so I can show you what I'm looking at. So here we got some resistance. Dang, bro, what the heck? Come on. We got some resistance. Looks like we're still holding that. Nice little pullback. No confirmation yet, though. Oh, that looks so bearish right there. Buyers are still stepping up, though. Sheesh. All right, well, I'm keeping my eye on this. I'm going to keep my eye on this. I was going to say, I'm going to go get something to eat. Appreciate you guys showing up to the live. Okay, it was really good. I'll be on again tomorrow. Couple things. Let me see. Is it tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. No, Friday. It'll be Friday that I shorten it up. So tomorrow's Wednesday. We do have Fed Chair Powell speaking tomorrow, so keep that in mind. We will definitely be streaming that, and it should actually be better. We can. It's on YouTube, so we can actually see the whole meeting. That would be a lot better. Either way, you guys have a blessed evening. I'll catch you again tomorrow morning. Don't forget, we're doing that podcast tomorrow, right, at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be doing that podcast tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, talking real estate. Should you buy a house if you're interested? You know, we'll be on there. And maybe we'll talk crypto. We'll talk some investing stuff. So again, appreciate you guys. Catch you later.